The monsters rose up, we launched a whole bunch of nuclear missiles at them, and we lost. And then, see, we lost. Everything's falling over and breaking behind me.
Democracy didn't work.
No, no. And the world is just totaled. People, but so this game has what they refer to as laws. It's the no matter how you play this game, from the most serious and dark of tellings to the most lighthearted and silly, that will probably be this one. There are just certain things that are truths about this. Kaiju are unstoppable. Humans always find a way to survive. The wasteland just has things in it that are beautiful and great, even in the midst of all of its awfulness. And I believe hope, despair is kind of everywhere, but hope always finds a way, are the basic kind of tenets of this game. For those of you who are interested in this stuff in general, the guy who designed it is a guy called Quinn Murphy, who I have conversation with on Twitter because he's a real cool dude. On Twitter, he's at QH_Murphy. You can also find basically all of his design stuff for this game at a website called thoughtcrimes.net, which I will link in the chat. Because he's a really cool guy, and you should totally listen to him also if you like Magic the Gathering. But yes, so the way that this game works is we'll do a little bit of a setup stage amongst the group of us. It'll take like 20 minutes, half an hour, hopefully no longer than that. And then the rest of it will kind of alternate between the quest of our noble topsiders to get from one city to another to hopefully save their city, because something is terribly wrong. We don't know what yet. We're about to work that out. And then we will alternate between that and radio shows going on in either city that will kind of...
Oh my god, that's my favorite part.
Fill in the gaps of this game.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing. But yeah, so we'll fill in the gaps of the world using that, and then kind of on a more personal level dig into our top.
I'll fill in your gaps.
So all I can think of every time I look at the damn Roll20 is like when I was in high school, there was a Canadian TV show. I'm not from Canada, but we get the channels. There's a Canadian TV show called Radio Free Roscoe, where it was like a bunch of high school kids found an abandoned like radio station and set up a pirate radio station, and it was just like weird high school kids doing weird radio shit. Every time I see Radio Free Kaiju, my head just goes right back to that moment. Oh man, Radio Free Roscoe, that was a good show. I wonder what happened to that show.
Good stuff. Well, okay.
Thanks for that childhood tale.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
I heard about that.
I mean, I never had that show. That does actually sound like a thing I would have quite liked when I was younger. Actually, probably no, not when I was younger. I'd probably like that show more now. Of like a bunch of just people found a weird old radio station, decided to boot it up and see what happens. Young me would have hated that. Me now is like, that sounds dope. Let's play a game about it.
It is dope.
All right, let's get into it then, shall we?
Alrighty, Roo. So, oh yes, brief disclaimer. This is based off the rules of the kind of initial version of this. It's just finished playtesting. Some rewrites are happening. I had a conversation with Quinn Murphy today over Twitter, and he was telling me about some of the changes he intends to make. I'm going to try and implement them as we play. We'll see. Things may get a little weird. There is some jank, but yeah, it's going to be fun. Okay, so we are playing. There's a thing in this game, scenarios of like the general guide for what we're doing, and the only one that has so far been written that I have is From Cradle to Grave. So the idea is that the characters we're about to make are a group of young teenagers forced to leave the safety of their home city and venture out into the strange and dangerous world topside. So it's read the following is: our days of innocence have been cut short by tragedy. We are young adults with the fate of our city placed suddenly on our shoulders. In order to save it, we must go topside and make a journey to get the help we need. So we'll kind of do the first bit of setup, and then we need to answer some questions in here. And also there's some just kind of rough things it wants to guide us towards trying to work out during our first and last scenes. But we'll get there. So, players, you will notice in the handouts section that there are what is commonly referred to as a metric fuckton of handouts. So this game, one of the major changes happening to it is that he's trying to make it more friendly for online play, because that's what he does most of his tabletop role-playing games, and currently it's not great for that. Although I have hopefully circumvented that problem.
Nice.
So there's the big setup folder, and you will find there is cities, topside locations, topsiders, and kaiju features. We'll go through them in order. So the first one is cities. I need someone to roll 3d6.
I'll do it.
Okie dokie. So we are first going to talk about home.
5. A 2, a 1, and a 2.
Okay. So these 3 rolls determine how functioning our city is, the way that it is governed, and it's what it is very proud of. So a 2 means that our city is in decline. City has lost a major resource or leader and will soon degrade into lawlessness without major assistance or good fortune. So I put that in there. Decline. Then the 1 is the way our tribe is governed is it's by tribes. Many tribes rule their own territories and come to agreements as needed with other tribes or simply go to war. So somehow our little home city is run by a lot of small, individually involved factions who don't necessarily get along very well most of the time.
It sounds like Apocalypse World more and more.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, this could just be an alternate version of Cemetery City, where we, instead of the apocalypse being some weird nebulous maelstrom shit, it's just a giant monster, or in at least 4. And our pride.
Sounds like a perfect analogy.
Sorry.
That sounds like a perfect analogy for the maelstrom.
Yes.
A big,
yes.
terrifying monster.
Yeah. And finally, the pride of our city is vitality. Health is not so easy to come by in an area not so ravaged by radiation. So, oh god, there's in Fallout 3, there's that one town that has like vegetation in it because like some dude got fused into a tree or something just ridiculously insane.
It happens.
So yes, these are like our 3 pointers for our city. This is where the topside characters are about to make live. Does anyone have any good ideas for a name?
Predatoria.
Predatoria. Does the assembled crowd see any reason why the city should not be...
I say aye.
They shall speak no forever, hold their...
Peace. Indeed. Right.
Shout.
Predatoria? I like it. Okay. So we've got a bunch of super healthy tribal people who are
The city called Harold.
in decline because we keep probably because we're all so healthy we can really effectively beat the crap out of rivaling factions.
Will, I want to take a second to appreciate the fact that you've been in America for like 2 months now, and right now you're being the most American you could be. It's probably a beautiful day out. You're inside on the internet eating a cheeseburger, drinking a Coke. Like most American thing a Brit should do.
I found one of these-
But honestly, forget about it's nice outside. Like, I can't blame anybody, including me. I cannot blame me. I cannot blame any of you guys for not going outside.
Yeah, but he's in Georgia. It's like that every day there, so it's probably just fine in Georgia.
I appreciate it, Mike. I appreciate it. I'm working on my green card to get American citizenship. I have to do American things.
I like it.
Oh my god. So that is Predatoria. You should be able to see it on our nice big screen here. Apparently my internet connection is unstable. That's helpful. Okay, so that is home, which might make an interesting thing of our topside characters. Ooh. Our topside characters could all be from members of the different tribes in the city on some diplomatic mission. I don't know. I'm thinking as I go. Okay, so destination. Will somebody else please roll 3d6? Okay.
216.
Okay, so reroll roll 2d6 because otherwise we've got perfect
That was the
repeats.
same.
This happened in the last time we played it as well. 3 and a 2. Okay, so a 3 means that the city we are headed to is salvageable.
That's good.
So, a city with some major problems, but functioning and capable of recovering with good guidance. Its governance is anarchy. There are no rules, so might makes right. And finally, on a 6,
rock and roll, baby.
its pride is a person of note. A person's renowned leader, thinker, or warrior who is known possibly outside the city for her gifts. So they have a person of note running that city, who we probably want to work out who that is because they might feature on a radio show from there.
It's Warwick Davis.
Oh,
guys! He would run a radio show. He does run a radio show.
I mean, they could have.
Ricky Gervais. He ran a radio show for a very long time.
Do you really? Are we set on having Warwick Davis?
And it's Warwick or Ricky for me.
I would also accept Christopher Walken.
Either that or the
I mean, last time we played this, someone did his topsider. He called him Christopher Topwalken, and
yes.
Every time he spoke, it was an impersonation of Christopher Walken. It was
that makes perfect sense. It's a great voice to impress me.
Yeah, I will put Warwick Davis down as our person of note in this city. We'll have to work out why he is still relevant after the apocalypse.
It's
still
apocalypse
alive.
Warwick Davis. To be fair.
Fair enough.
Maybe it's not him per se, but almost like a title.
Oh my god. Oh my god. All right.
The Warwick.
You know, just like with the Dalai Lama. I apologize.
The Warwick.
That kind of system.
Okay, so I mean, if there's a person of note called Warwick Davis and it is a descending title like the Dread Pirate Roberts, this place is called it needs to be called Warwick something, because obviously the city is named after him. I have Warwick Hill written down, but that seems a little tame.
Warwick Mound. Warwick Mound.
Warwick Mound. You got it. Okay, so we have.
Willow. His face around the willow tree.
Yeah, good. Done. So we are citizens of Predatoria, a city in decline due to its warring tribes, despite its healthy people in a location far from the radiation. We are headed towards Warwick Willow, which is a city that is in decline but salvageable. Currently an anarchy where there are no rules. And a shining beacon amongst those people is Warwick Davis, a title that is passed down from generation to generation throughout this terrible, terrible time in human history. Beautiful.
Each year there's, or maybe not each year, but depending on how often somebody new can contest the current title holder or fight the title holder, so they have some kind of bloody, brutal battle, a trial. To regain or to gain the title.
Yeah, we might go participate.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so the next thing we need to do.
Lux Fury does. Welcome, Lux Fury, Cleventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar, so thank you for joining us. We're just 5 followers away, guys, from you guys deciding what happened next. So if you're new, hit that follow button for us.
Where's my follower thingy? There you are. Oh, the retweets is set wrong. I'm gonna set that to 0, and then I will check it after I'm done here.
Released at 15, I think, yeah. They have a fun wrestling match. I am the Warwick. No, I am the Warwick.
Alright, so the next thing we have to do is everyone gets to participate as opposed to, so if you all open up the handout section, top side under setup and topside locations. What we're going to do is I'm just going to go around the little square. So Will is number 1, I am number 2, Petra is number 3, and Unmade Gaming, you are number 4. Mike, you are number 4. So, if you open up your respective number 1, you must answer 3 questions about a location. So this is a place out in the wasteland, where monsters tread, irradiated all to hell. And the question you must name it. You have to describe one thing worth acquiring in this place. Also, when you name it, put the name next to location 1 hyphen and put the name there because we'll choose from those. So describe one thing worth acquiring in this place.
And
then you'll describe a potential danger of the place, not the kaiju, because those are always a danger. But it's like, for instance, I think in the last game I used the fallen over body of a giant monster fighting robot, and the danger of the place was it had a leaky radiation core, but at the same time the value of the place was it had a radiation core that was if you could make it work, be really useful.
I've done number 1.
Good. All right, I'm trying to think of what I'm going to use here.
You guys in chat can give us ideas as well, yeah.
Absolutely, suggestions are more than appreciated.
Yes, so we have location names and describe one thing worth acquiring in the place and a potential danger of that place, somewhere in the wasteland.
You should all be able to see my version of the handouts on the screen, so you can get a nice, good look at this entire process. I actually am really stumped on ideas. I could just use the Queen of Hearts from our Apocalypse World game, but that feels like slight cheating.
We could use the Solace. What's up, Nix? How's it going? My cabbages is Dutch. Good suggestion. One danger of the place. My cabbages.
My cabbages!
My cabbages!
Oh, that show is the best. Sorry.
Okay. No. We don't look at the others yet, do we?
Nope, no. Just look.
That's like a thing.
Yeah.
Like a thing.
Yeah. So
oh yeah, I need to change the name of that one to Roth's Moon.
Okie dokie. What I should probably do is turn them into like L1, L2, L3, L4 so we can actually see the entire thing. Oh well! But yes, these will be the places that we shall visit on our meander through on our little journey between these two places. We will decide that based upon which ones we're interested in at the time. Or which ones sound cool. We will have a little thing about, like, we'll discuss, like, which of them makes sense. So we'll do a bit of information, but we'll get to that later. Okay. Has everybody filled one in? Oh.
Yep, all done.
Was that?
I'm wrapping up the fourth one right now.
Okay. I will. So the next one is a little more involved. So this is about topsiders. So these are the characters that will be making this little adventure. So the thing is here is there are once again 3 things to answer about this person: a positive quality, a negative quality, and their name. Here's the thing.
We go with the same numbers, I suppose.
We start with the same numbers.
Yeah.
So
we switch, right?
Yes. So open up the one with your number on it, and you will fill in that person's positive quality.
Okay.
We will then move down 1, 4 will go to 1, and that person will fill in that person's negative quality. And then we move down 1 again. That last person names that character, and then will be their voice actor for the evening. So
nice.
Fill out the positive quality of your numbered top side.
Okay.
Let's have a think. Positive qualities.
Is it just one quality?
Yes. So it can, like last time we had good with electronics, good with ropes, which actually I think was the only one that came in useful, because it let him escape from underground, being about to be fed into a giant deep fat fryer for kaiju meat. It was a weird game.
Yeah.
Positive quality. I'm gonna go with.
Start with your number and you go to the next one down.
Yeah. So fill out your positive quality for your number, and then once we've all done that, I will move down to 3. Petra, you'll take 4. So on and 4. Mike, you'll go up to number 1, and we fill in those persons' negative qualities. So.
Okay, so I go down to top side of 2 and fill out a negative.
Yep. And they can either be like talents. Yeah, I mean, Will is a bit of a talent in this game.
Will.
So bear in mind, these don't have to be just like physical things. They can be like a negative quality. He's a total asshole.
Yeah. Okay, I've done 2. Good at cooking. Good at art. Especially with glitter. The usual. Yeah, we're making the game right now, so we're kind of doing the prep. It's a game about the wasteland and improvised scenes and monsters who have destroyed the world.
Yep.
Once we get into it, it'll make more sense.
Yeah. I don't want to sit down and spend time explaining the rules because they don't make sense until you start playing them, I don't think.
Explain as we go along.
Yeah, no, that just makes it so much easier.
Okay.
because otherwise I have to talk about channels, and this game just doesn't work like regular D&D. I think it's really cool, but it's a little weird at first. So, has everyone done that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, open the next topsider down. And you will name this person and get acquainted because you're going to be playing this person. Or voicing them, at least. Oh god.
What?
Oh wow, this sounds just like me.
I was gonna say that. Not this. Not that. There's one thing that. No, but yeah. Okay.
I need a name. Oh, obviously, I haven't played Grog today.
What's his name? That's it. There we go.
Okay. We're playing Grog today. But he's going to be the weirdest version of Grog that we've ever met because he has none of the qualities like Grog actually has.
Good times. All right. I have named my guy. So let's do a quick whip through and introduce these four
Captain
people.
Grog.
Has everyone named a topsider? Actually, let's wait. The Kaiju has joined. God damn it! Somebody watched our old game.
Thanks so much to the Kaiju for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Oh god.
TBT.
Let's work out where these people fit in the scope of this society, and then we'll do some introductions. So maybe we'll know them by then. If you weren't there for our previous playthrough of this one, you can check it out on youtube.com/mathandtv. Or Conflict No Mathan. Shit. But it's basically we needed to name a crazy religion of kaiju worshippers, and Will just went the Kaiju, and we all died.
Good times.
All right, here's where the next one where things get interesting. So, if you open up Kaiju features, you will notice there are 6 subfolders.
Oh my god.
Dun, dun, dun.
Animal bases, distinctive features, primary powers, hidden powers, background, and motivation. Within each of those, there are 4 handouts again. Take your old number. So Will is 1, I'm 2, Petch is 3, Mike is 4. And don't make a theme going the whole way through, because these will get shuffled into the different kaiju as we play. I mean, if you want to theme it a little bit, that's fine, but, like, don't get salty if your grand story of the goose from space, who was forced to watch Adam Sandler movies all his life, doesn't quite fit together the way you dreamed.
Yes.
So for the base of features, etc., we use the one number. Okay.
So for chat, I'll go through these as I do them. So the animal base, obviously, is which animal it looked like to begin with. So Godzilla, his base was a lizard. Mothra, shark head, might have been a moth.
Yes.
All right.
And then we go through and do distinctive feature.
Yeah. So just keep. So distinctive features are kind of like what really stands out about them. So about Godzilla, it's like his really big ass spines.
Distinctive feature 2. Okay.
What's this bit on a rooster called?
The cock. Wait. Oh, the jowls.
I don't know the English term.
It's like jowly cock. The cock jowls.
Yeah. Giant cock jowl.
That can happen to your cock at home, guys.
This is the best bit is if
there's a modern chat that can quote that right now, please.
Just make
All
sure
the cock jowls.
it's called the cock. Just make sure, guys, you work out your cock, otherwise it will end up getting jowly. So make sure that you go down the gym. You know.
I'm also very excited for this distinctive feature to not end up on the rooster animal base.
Also, if you guys Google cock jowls, make sure you turn safe search off.
So when it comes to primary powers and hidden powers, the idea is like, so we'll take Godzilla as the example again. Godzilla's primary power is that he's just indestructible. Like, he's giant, super strong, you can blast him with rockets and he'll just, like, stride out the other side of that dust cloud unfazed. But his hidden power is that at the end of that movie, or at least the most recent one, he grabs Mothra, or not, well, no, legally not Mothra, out of the air, pries open his jaws, and atomic breath straight down his throat. And it's like, and you didn't know he could do that up until the exact moment he did that. And it didn't seem like a thing he could do that. So that's his hidden power. So primaries are the flashy one they use all the time. The hiddens are like the terrifying bit they reveal halfway through Act 3 that makes everyone go, shit!
What is background?
Background is, so for instance,
Oh, it says here, sorry, there's a question.
there are explanations in there, but like, so I think Godzilla was a result of like mankind's abuse of nature. Mothra is like a giant monster, like a weird little organism ate a bunch of nuclear energy and mutated into this thing. The background of all the things from Pacific Rim are the genetic experimentations of whatever those creepy things were on the other side of that rift. Spoilers for Pacific Rim, by the way.
Do we pick the same number each time? We pick 1 each time or 2 each time?
Yeah.
It's the primary power.
I'm gonna go with...
Oh my god. Yes. Perfect. Yes. I know my power. The power. Power of the Kaiju.
Yep.
Hidden power.
Hidden power. I'm gonna go with
What's the thing's hidden power? What's some hidden powers, guys? Give me some ideas.
Yeah, I have gone for... I've been thinking about Daredevil too much recently, so I've gone for a Daredevil-inspired hidden power. Which might make the one who gets it just way too fucking scary. Alright.
I've given one saying it's kind of bad. I know what it...
There is also a thing in this game called a Kaiju Storm, which could mean that we walk into a scene and just all 4 of our giant monsters are fighting right there.
And what was background again? Or where it came from?
Yeah, so where is the monster from, or how is it created? Was it a genetic experimentation gone horribly wrong? Was it, like, nature's reaction to us messing with it? Or did it fall from space?
Got it. And then motivation?
Motivation is what it secretly wants. So, like, again, Godzilla wanted to, like, kill the weird flying ones. The flying ones wanted to bone.
They did want to bone.
The Pacific Rim monsters wanted to colonize the Earth for their weird masters.
E.T. wanted to phone home.
Yes. Sure, that works in this metaphor.
Man, that movie freaked me out as a kid. I was really scared of E.T. because of the way he looked. I couldn't watch it.
Fair enough. I think I remember being a little scared of that movie too, actually. So I probably.
I don't. I was.
Yeah, I agree. You guys see Drew Barrymore in that movie? She was just terrible.
What are my motivations, backgrounds?
Alright, I just need to write motivation in, and I will catch right up with y'all.
Unbelievable stealth that can sneak up on towns.
I just want you to know that I just took all of your examples for background and rolled it into one background.
Nice, nice. We genetically experimented on a thing that fell from space.
Yeah, nuclear biochemistry research facility was struck by meteor.
Good, good.
Nailed it.
What?
Oh man, this is gonna be good. We get to play Warwick Davis, Monsters, and Grog. This is like the best game ever. Let's never play Apocalypse Sword ever again.
If only you could do campaigns in this game. If only it's.
I know, yeah.
Okay.
You could do a series of campaigns like it. You could do a series of one shots.
Yeah, you could definitely. I think once there are more scenarios, that might be a very interesting one to do. Of like a kind of slowly flesh out a world.
Yeah.
At the moment, with only the one scenario written, unless we were going to go in and do those ourselves, I would get a little... Yeah. But anyway, so that concludes the kind of general setup. We just have a couple questions to answer about our scenario, and we can get started. So, let me just find the right page. So yeah, Cradle's Grave. At its heart, this is a coming-of-age story where characters are forced into a situation where they must mature rapidly and encounter hard truths about themselves. So we need to answer the following questions. Is the tragedy the thing that is happening to our city or has happened to our city?
How about the threat of a pandemic, like bioterrorist infected everyone with the virus. And since he or she wanted to show off, he said, okay, the incubation time is so and so many days. And if you can stop it, then this and that will happen.
I'm gonna say it was
Like
sweet.
violent.
Violent Swedish people.
So there is it like
At one point, the Swedish just snapped. Like they were like chill as fuck all the way through the life. They're like, fuck it, you guys.
What if it was the pandemic actually animated Swedish fish?
Yes.
Who were sweet as fuck, and then they became like piranhas.
And then they snapped, and suddenly they were like, you know what? No more diplomatic.
Stop eating me, I eat you now.
so what you're telling me is that our city
Sharknado with gummy fish.
with Swedish fish.
Yeah.
You're all idiots. Why do I do these things?
Chat, take notes. This is gonna be the next.
I tried,
blockbuster.
Finn. I tried.
I mean, I like the idea of like Okay. How about this?
Go ahead, Finn. Spin this somehow.
I'm gonna take everything that's been thrown at me. So, a member of the Swede tribe, because our city is divided into competing tribes.
Yeah.
A member of the Swede tribe, who they're slowly being pushed out, has decided had enough of all these people, all of them. They're all burning hell. So he creates a incubates like a virus thingy inside fish that are slowly turning them from like placid little lovely things. It's like that virus in Zootopia that like unleashes the inner predator. They go from peaceful little carp to like man-eating thing. So he now has like a Bond villain lake. And we broke in and we fucked him up because we're all super strapping warriors. But people got infected and slowly it's moving through the populace and like basically we're going to find a cure or a safe place for the not infected to live, something like that.
What does it do to the people?
I think either we can go for like horrific mutations or makes them super violent, like turns them into crazy like tear their friends limb from limb kind of deal, or we could just work that out as we go along. We don't have to answer that question.
Let's work it out.
Or it could turn them into fish.
Like one day you wake up with horrendous fish.
Depending how horrific you want to make this, it might make you grow gills, and then you suffocate.
That's bad.
Okay. So that's... But the rough sketch is that one of our townspeople went mad, created a disease, and we're going to either run like hell, / negotiate a safe place for the healthy people to run like hell too, or find a cure. Okay, cool. Did you see that? Take everything and turn it back at them. So what happened was happening to the city the characters live in, we've answered those questions. Do we have a name for our crazy Swede member of the Swede tribe?
Torg.
I'm gonna make a note of that. So Torg,
Jellyfish Kaiju.
scientist of the Swede tribe.
Yes.
Good.
Corbin
Great.
Bjorkson.
Okay, so and what does the destination city have that can help the character's home city? So I guess, are we finding a place to get people to safety? Or
Well, the new
finding
city is
a-
habitable, right?
Yeah, it's...
And salvageable.
Salvageable.
Yes.
That's the word I'm looking for.
So either we find something that works against the virus, or we find something we can take over.
Yeah.
So are we going to march in?
Let's just move the city from here to there.
Okay, so we're going to basically like find a place for our healthy people to run to before.
And ideally find something to heal the sick people.
Okay, cool, that's fine. So I'm just gonna put down Torg's name. Don't need to make notes. This rest of it's pretty cool. Yeah, so Pifart's the scientist of the Swede tribe known as Torg, incubated a virus in fish that is slowly killing our people. So we have
What could be simpler to understand?
obviously. So at this point, we should probably introduce our topsiders. So bear in mind that all of our characters are like members of tribes and such like that. So if you want to include in there, like, we could all be from different tribes or anything like things of that nature, if that interests people. But yeah, let's meet some people, shall we? So
Let's do it.
first up we have Marmite, who is voicing Marmite.
I am.
Why don't you tell us, give us a impression about Marmite and tell us about their strengths and weaknesses.
I knew a badger called Marmite once.
Of course you did.
Marmite is a teenager. I would say she's, like 13, 14.
Okay.
She's a really small, wiry kid, red hat, tons of freckles. And distance. That sounds familiar. And who came up with that? Not affected by ball gags.
Guilty.
God fucking damn it.
Why specifically ball gags? Like, honestly, I don't even want to know.
We can go into that more if you want.
So I have to find out the
I
reason.
don't know if Marmite wants to explain why. She's not
Will clearly has a lot of
I mean,
experience with
the real question here is, what does it mean not affected? She can
I
still
mean-
speak, or does she actually like it? But I guess
it's totally up to you, Petra.
find out.
She has a significantly powerful enough jaw to just bite straight through them.
Yeah.
Or that.
Or maybe she just like had so many. She's like, it doesn't even faze me anymore. Like, like it barely even works.
Oh god, another one.
No, again.
Oh god, you're the worst. God damn you,
Here
Will.
we go, pony play once more.
Son of a bitch.
Anyway, next.
Wait, once more? Did I miss the first one?
No, done with you bitches.
When did I miss the first pony play? What's happening?
Okay, sorry, Finn. I'm trying to keep it together here. Negative quality, an insufferable know-it-all. Oh, that's gonna be easy for me.
Okie dokie.
And the tribe she comes from, the tribe which is called the Mall Rats. If anybody gets it, let me know in the chat.
Mole rats rule.
I feel like okay. So Taran Kenai, who
Yes, Taran Kenai. He is an elderly man who was probably one of the best shots in the town that we are from, or whatever the hell tribe is from, which I haven't named yet. And he is a dead-eye shot. But his disadvantage is because of his age and the apocalypse. You know, it's not the cleanliest place. He does smell like old cheese.
God damn it, Will.
If you think of the Father Time from Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater without the wheelchair, that's what he looks like.
Nice. Okay.
And smells like old cheese.
Smells like old cheese. Good stuff. All right. Captain Grog,
Hello.
tell us about yourself, Grog.
Hello, everybody. So Grog, Captain Grog, as he was once known, his positive quality is he is sneaky and quiet like a mouse. He is a desperate need to show off. And Grog is a giant of a man. He is like nearly going on 7 feet tall. He's huge sack of muscle and meat. Not too much brains really left inside of Grog after the apocalypse. But his heart of gold is still there, despite the desperate need to show off in front of everyone to validate his existence. And despite his huge size, in today's game, Grog is going to be sneaky like a beaver.
Good times.
That's Grog for today.
Okay. Legit. All right, and finally we have the character I shall be voicing, who is Lord Flashheart. His positive quality is that he is a keen-eyed scavenger, don't you know? What? However, one must admit one has a little bit of weakness for the ladies. Woof.
Woof.
With
Nice.
everything that moves, and generally just a little easily distracted. From the ancient tribe of the Flashes, Lord Flashheart. Here to save the day. Woof.
Woof. Nice.
Just red floats with everything that moves, and all that popped into our head was Blackadder, so that's where we went with it.
There you go.
Okay, so, with that, we can kind of start the proceedings. So, the first thing we do is we have a little broadcast to set the stage for our little adventure. Petra,
Yes.
you didn't roll dice for the towns, so why don't you roll some dice for us here? If you don't mind being our first sort of host.
That's all right. What should I roll? Again, 3d6.
So let me just make sure.
Or
So we
no,
need
it's 1d6.
one for determining which city. Oh wait,
Okay.
first thing we want to ask is the thing we should answer as players. So
Yeah, what questions?
yes, we set up by having players throw out a few questions they'd like answered about the world. We take turns stating a question out loud and then jot them. We don't need to write them down. But like, yeah. So what do we want to know about the place we live and the world we inhabit right now? What are we interested in? Other than the nature of the kaiju, because that will probably come up.
Okay. Okay, so one thing I had written down, but I'm not sure if that's valid then, has anyone ever tried to communicate with kaiju, and if so, how, it probably didn't end well, but maybe before they died.
We could do. Yeah, so...
Yeah, I heard it was Michael HDM. Welcome, Michael, or DMH, obviously. Eventually, you're a gentleman and a scholar.
Nice.
Albert.
Bang on point. Yeah, we could. That's one we could do. So have people tried to communicate with the kaiju? So we should have a couple questions floating around, and we'll see which ones fit in yet.
I also have a completely different. What is the latest food fad? Maybe in Predatory and why, or maybe on Topside.
Okay.
But probably more interesting.
Okay.
How do kaiju influence pop culture? Is there kaiju-inspired fashion? I want to know.
Oh my god. That one we might need to save till we know what our kaiju are like, but cool.
Are kaiju misunderstood?
Okay. Okay, that's probably enough. Do we have any kaiju apologists in Predatoria? So I need you to roll 2d6 for us at first. And then we'll get to the ones after that. Woof.
2 and a 6.
Okay, so
Sixes are bad, right? Sixes are real bad.
Sixes are quite bad.
Yeah.
So first things first. This radio show will be coming from Predatoria as we are leaving, or possibly just before we leave. So the topsiders could actually be on this show if we wanted to. So that's that. However, 6. If it comes out 5 or 6, kaiju have come into play. We add a die to the kaiju channel for the next topside scene. We flip over a card of one of our kaiju stacks. So let me just remind myself of how I was doing this before. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. So will you roll me a d6 and a d4, Petra? So a 6. So we're looking at the motivations. And a 3. Okay, so we're going to take motivation 3 and put it on our first kaiju. So we're going to need a name for this kaiju at this point. Why is that not moving the way I want it to?
Old Man Henderson. Old Man Henderson has ascended into a kaiju. He is so good at beating Cthulhu creatures that he's become one.
Mike, I hate you. So...
Why do you hate me? What did I do?
You wrote motivation 4.
Oh, I sure did.
So...
I sure did.
Yeah. Oh god. Thank you, the frog 123 for the £5. Let's get that D10K from Will, and we'll answer that in a bit.
Sure did write that one.
So a thing that well, our kaiju wants. So do we have a name for it other than like Henderson or the old man?
Yeah.
Okay. I will. So we will call him the old man. That's
God, hopefully you get background number 4 for that one too. That makes sense.
Okay, so the old man's motivation that has been documented by... Well, we'll have to work out how we know this, because these are secret motivations of giant, unfeeling monsters. Maybe that's how we answer. Okay, is that they are searching for Firefly Season 2.
It's a very real concern in the future, guys. Times now.
I hate you so
You
much.
can stop this eventuality. Petition Fox.
Searching for Half-Life 3.
Oh god. So the old man has been sighted, or for some reason he's in conversation in this place. I will add a kaiju token to the next topside scene. So also, the old man will show up in the next scene. In our first topside scene, he'll be around, ready to do terrible, awful things. Okay. So, do we get that D10,000?
Yeah, my roll is 2587.
Okay, why don't you have a look at what that, because we're all going to be
Yeah.
GMing this, so you look that up, and
Sure.
we'll work out how that plays out into this broadcast scene, and we'll.
So what kind of radio show do we start with?
Yes, so let's get some. Unless you have a very specific feeling, I think just roll the d6. And
Mine reads elementals cut someone in caster's presence, attack him outright.
Okay. Okay, I have an
Maybe
idea.
mutants or something from the wastes.
Alright, so a 5 is a news show. This broadcast delivers news to people in the city and those topside. One player is the anchor, while a few others play news writers who generate headlines for her to read. To start, choose a question card, write a headline on the other side of the card. Okay, so Petra is our newsreader, and we need to come up with a headline for our topics.
Well, one would definitely be Kaiju Watch.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Today on Kaiju Watch.
The old man has been sighted, dear listeners.
Okay.
No one can be wasteland living. How to make the best out of that scrap.
Yes.
Do you feel lonely? Do you feel like all your dreams have become unattainable? Worry not, dear listener.
Okay. So we need headlines for Petra to turn into stories. So our questions were: has anyone ever tried to communicate with a kaiju? So I have a headline, which is going to be actor from actor from the before times seemed to be able to talk to the old man, and there's a picture of the old man kind of like a toenail, and it's just stopped in front of what is unmistakably Nathan Fillion. Because we know what he's doing. We know
What
what
was that with the toenail?
because he's like, it's just, we see like one, we don't know what this thing looks like yet. So we just see like one nail in shot, and then Nathan Fillion there like, no, don't come any closer, and it's listening to him.
And how does that work? Do I have to flesh out everything, or could I sort of like for sound snippets if anybody was outside,
So-
interviewing stuff? If I
That's your headline.
kept going out and
Yeah, that's your headline, so you turn that into the story as you want to talk about it, about what that might mean. Because someone managed to talk to a kaiju, right? So have we got another headline for Petra to have a jump in on? Will, have you got an idea for a headline around our wild magic surge?
So mine reads elementals someone around the caster, so maybe the headline reads something like idiot is attacked by strange creatures, entirely his fault, question mark, radio and microwave suspected to be involved.
Attacked by a microwave elemental. Ding!
Entirely his fault.
Oh my god!
Entirely underlined.
Door flies open, just...
Oh no!
Oh gosh.
Happened again!
So Petra, you can pick one of those two headlines to do a little mini spiel on, and then you can either take both. You can move the second one over to Mike if Mike's has some ideas up his sleeve. But yeah, would anyone like to do what's the name of your show, Petra?
well, it's just is it top of the hour news thing, or is it like a general?
I mean, we're in the post-apocalypse. What exactly makes up a normalized
How about
radio
just
format?
how about checking in?
All right.
Just a roundup of general
Okay.
news.
I need someone. What's the name of the host?
Myrtle.
Myrtle. Okay. Does anyone want to do the jingle for this?
Petra, that was the most confident answer. Myrtle?
I'm just yeah.
All right.
I'll do it. I'll do it if you want.
Okay. Here's with that sick theme tune.
Okay, so the jingle starts with a lightning crack. Myrtle Radio.
You're live. Go.
Listeners from Predatoria, welcome for another session of Checking In. I am your host, Myrtle, and these are the most pressing news for today. Before I actually go into two very important stories, let me just say that, much to my regret, dear listeners, I have to inform you that we are currently under Kaiju watch. From what I heard, let me just check in back with okay, yes. Unfortunately, the old man has been sighted. That is all I know for now. I do not know how far away he is. For now, dear listeners of Predatoria, do not worry. I'm sure we have everything under control. When I say we, I mean the tribes have everything under control, I'm sure.
Remain indoors.
And now let me come to our first story. It seems that one of our tribe members, he does not tell me exactly which tribe it was, but somebody from our tribes went topside and ran into something that can only be described as a microwave elemental. Yes, I am not kidding, dear listeners. I have a picture here. I wish I could show you, but I cannot, unfortunately. It does indeed look like a microwave elemental. In front is a person. I wish I could describe the person to you, but all I have to say, the only word I can think of is crispy, because that photo was unfortunately taken after the run-in with the microwave elemental. And the witnesses that were interviewed, and in the moment we will hear a snippet of that, an interview with one of the eyewitnesses, the words that were used to describe the man who encountered the elemental were, I believe, idiot and moron. And there are rumors going around that this run-in might have been entirely the quote-unquote idiot's mistake. And I'm now switching over to my colleague John, and because he prepared an interview with one of the eyewitnesses. John, are you on?
I'm here.
Wait, you have to do the interview with Grog. I presume this is the interview with voice changed Grog. Do you want to be the interviewer, Mike, or do you want to?
Oh my god, am I on the radio?
You're muted, buddy.
I said I'll be the person getting interviewed.
Is this the radio?
I mean, if you two want to be, if you two are like eyewitnesses, possible suspects, I'll take the interviewer. It's like
hello on the radio. Hello.
It's like yes. So Captain Grog, we hear you're out on an expedition to save Predatoria soon. You apparently saw the incident as it unfurled. Could you tell us what happened with this so-called microwave creature?
Well, actually, that's a common misunderstanding because it ain't just a radio, just a microwave. It's actually a microwave and a radio put together. And what I did is I put it into the power core of the town, and then I put it all together, and then suddenly it started forming up into this big creature. And it started hitting everyone and like blowing everyone up and everything. So obviously I was a little bit worried about that when that happened, but other than that, it's been great fun. I'm so happy to be on the radio.
I've been led to believe. What is the name of the person you are in this exact moment, Mike?
Oh man, George.
Okay. All right, George, and give me a dumb word. Is your tribe name? Any word.
The Fixers.
So, George Fixer, we hear it was your brother, Adam Fixer, who was taken by this creature. Did you see the incident? Can you describe it for our listeners?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we were working with Mr. Captain Grog here, and he said, "You're gonna take these radios. You put the radios with the microwaves, and then we gonna save the town." And so Adam went out there. He said, "I'm Adam," and that's what he says because he was like he got hit on the head when he was young, and he went out there. But I think if you look close at the radio, microwave radio wave array, right? Captain Grog, array.
Okay. You don't know that, yeah.
Looks like he's misconfigured his who's and what's it with the radio configured, and I think they're in the wrong order. And then
put it upside down.
I think you don't put it upside down.
Well, that's what we've heard from out here in the field, Myrtle. It seems that once again the Fixer tribe are totally incompetent and probably deserved it. Back to you.
Where's the camera?
Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Dear listeners of Predatoria, now on to our next story. And I have to say, this is quite the curious coincidence because the next story also has the kaiju known as the Old Man as at its heart. And it's quite a peculiar story at that because it is said that an actor from before time has been able to talk as an established direct contact to the old man. And we do have a photo. To be quite honest with you, dear listeners, I am not sure if this is not a hoax because my team did some research and it came up that the actor, we see a man wearing a brown coat and is quite a dashing, handsome man who is reaching out for what is presumably the kaiju name known as the Old Man in the background. To be honest, all I can see is what may or may not be a single claw of the kaiju, but I am being told that this is the Old Man, and the dashingly handsome actor stands in front and seems to communicate with him. And my team told me that this actor, is none other than Nathan Fillion. Now, I have to be honest to you, dear listeners, I am not familiar with this name, but I have now on my line a person, her name is Tiffany, and apparently she is a huge fan of this Nathan Fillion. So maybe she has something to say about that. And oh my God. It's so awesome that I'm on this show. First of all, I love your show. I really want to say oh my God, I can't believe that I'm on the radio. Okay, Tiffany, so you know a little bit more about this Nathan Fillion. Well, it's I kind of know him, and I heard about him, and he's really good looking, and so they say he played on the show which was playing in space, and he's like a cowboy, and then he has his friends with him, and they do all these different jobs, and then it got canceled really early. I can't remember what it's called. Okay, Tiffany, let me stop you right here. So what do you think about this story? Do you think that the man in this picture, which was taken apparently yesterday, could it be really Nathan Fillion? Because let me remind you, the before time is long gone. Well, I think it could be him. I mean, he's super sexy and all. So maybe he survived. Okay, Tiffany, at this point, I would like to bring in another guest who might bring some enlightenment in the story. And we are now talking to Dr. Tobias Jeffries, who is apparently knows a little bit more, or so he says, about kaijus in general, and especially the Old Man. Dr. Jeffries, are you on the line?
Hello! Hey!
Dr. Jeffries, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me today. So what do you think? What is your opinion on the picture and the alleged actor who is the actor from the before time who is allegedly able to communicate?
Well, honestly, I ain't got a fucking clue, but I reckon it's a big hoax. Yeah.
Why do you think so?
Because, no one's ever spoken to Old Man Henderson before. So, I don't even believe it myself. That's all. Also, fuck the government. I'm out.
Okay, that was Dr. Jeffries. Everyone, thank you. And also thank you to Tiffany. Dear listeners of Predatoria, I think that was it for today. Oh, hold on. Getting in some update here. Dear listeners of Predatoria, I'm sorry to inform you that the Kaiju Watch was indeed upgraded, so to speak, into a Kaiju warning. The old man is approximately, has been seen approximately 5 miles away from Predatoria. On the top side, obviously. So I would like to ask you to take all the usual measurements, get ready for when the kaiju arrives. And until next time, good night, Predatoria. Good night.
The Myrtle Show.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, but
Wood radio again. Cool.
yeah.
So that is our first broadcast scene that has told us that there's a giant monster around as we leg it out of our town. So
This will go well.
an important thing, just to bring up here. So the ideas for this scenario. Let me just make sure I'm using OBS as well. Yes, I am. Good. Is that our first topside scene should have an element of what they refer to as the real world. The scene should have the characters address the question, what about topside is different from what we were told? So, I mean, we might all I come from the Flashheart clan, Grog apparently comes from the Fixer clan, we have, and all this, so we all have different ideas, maybe from our families, about what the topside looks like. In some way, we should try and address that question during this scene. We also, in our third one, should try and do our what we call choosing a new road. In the scene, at least one character should be forced to make a sacrifice, something important to her. We also have a donation. The Frog 123 donates another £5.
Hey.
Petra, could you roll a D69?
Hey.
Thank you.
So your
A
top-sided
birthday
character
table madness.
can have a birthday table item stashed with them, an heirloom of their clan.
That doctor was the Billy Connolly ghost from last session.
Will,
Yeah.
if you would look that up for me, on 67
I would
on
love
that
to.
table.
67.
Yeah, so the idea of the third and final topside scene, or probably will be that, is at least one character is forced to make a sacrifice or something important to them. What do they value most? Why do they lose it? That sort of thing. So, tell us what that item is, and then we'll get into some dice.
We got the plot hole. A small black stone with a compass point carved into it. A legend amongst rangers, this stone can create a portal to get you back on track, no matter how far away or lost you get from your DM's intended destination.
Good. That might come in useful.
On board the plot train.
So, yes. So, I guess, what is the name of your topsider?
Marmite.
So Marmite has inherited from the Love It or Hate It clan, the tribe of Love Hate, a strange little inky black orb that they claim will always lead you true.
That's nice.
With no idea of what that means in anyone's case. All right.
Oh, also, her clan name was Mallrats.
Mole Oh, sorry. Apologize. You had said that.
You're good.
Okay, so we now will have our first proper topside scene. Top scenes are the other scene type in Ready for Kaiju. We follow one or more characters and, of course, their journey. Above ground, the world is torn asunder, filled with hostile scavengers, radioactive space, treacherous hazardous environments, giant unstoppable monsters, or inspiring sights. It's generally just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The first thing we need to do is we need to choose from one of our 4 locations. So we have location 1 is Roth's Moon. Is that right? Yeah. Which I don't know whether is a direct reference to a man called Roth's Bottom. But we've all heard of these places. So, Will, why don't you tell us what Roth's Moon is roughly? Don't get
Roth's
too deep in the
Moon.
details, but yeah.
Yeah. Roth's Moon is basically this very small moon which has crashed onto Earth.
Right.
At some point, like a small meteorite kind of deal, which has crashed on the Earth, but it's large enough to kind of form a town or settlement. It's highly radioactive, and a man named Roth lives on it, and he's kind of considered crazy. He thinks he's kind of Batman, and he is obsessed with his moon.
Okay, good. Yep, okay. So location 2 is a place called the Wintermute Institute. They know it's called that because it has a big like metal and what's the word I'm looking for? Like those big bronze plaques above the door that still managed to bear this through all of the destruction. It seems to be like the people who've gone in there say it seems to be some kind of old hospital, but no one stays there for very long because they hear moaning sounds coming from it at night, and the general belief is that it is haunted.
Oh boy.
Who is Petra? You wrote Revelation, so tell us what roughly Revelation is.
Let me make something up. Revelation is a bunker, rather a bunker system. So it's upside, but it's still underground. Yeah. And it's run by this gnarly old woman called...
Maud.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. And
one for the first-time viewers.
Nobody really knows how she does it, but somehow she keeps the place intact. Like she lives there, like with a band of randomly people that came together randomly, and it's a coming and going. But for some reason, she manages to keep bloodshed to a minimum.
Okay.
So sometimes I say she has magical powers, but then everybody's like, no, magic doesn't exist. So, and others say maybe she's just really good at killing off other people before they cause problems. Yeah, it's a little safe haven.
Okay, cool. And finally, I'm just going to flip this open. The Sonageist.
Yeah, the Sonageist is a massive, barren glass desert. This was the site of 2 battling kaijus that the Topsider forces just nuked the shit out of. So everything is like barren glass. However, one of the kaijus did end up killing the other kaiju. So the thing you can find there is the valuable kaiju bones that are there.
Okay.
However, something to look out for are what's called husks, which are irradiated human corpses that are not quite dead yet.
Good. Cool. Okay.
Not quite yet.
Quite. Yes. Okay, cool. So those are our 4 locations. Where do we want to get? What is immediately outside Predatoria?
It's the sanitarium, because everyone goes insane in Predatoria.
So what, the Wintermeat place? I that seems cool to me. Or possibly I really like the idea because like Predatoria is like this place of weird vitality. I would like the idea of the Sonageist surrounding it. Of like in the middle of this horrific wasteland, there's this oasis of like purity that we are just fucking up, and turning everyone into violent fish monsters.
Works for me.
Yes, because all the kaiju blood seeped into the ground and gave us unnaturally long lives.
Yep.
Dope.
Although, for some reason, I thought that all the cities would be underground since it's called Topside, but maybe I misunderstood that.
Yes, no, all the cities are meant to be underground. We can obviously play with that a little bit. But yeah, so there's a spot in the middle of the Sonageist that is in some way better. I mean, if we go with this, the blood of the kaiju seeped to the ground, and that literally could mean because we live underground, we are breathing, like, the air in there is like little particles of kaiju, which is what makes us all healthy beefcakes. That sounds dope to me. Sonageist? Okay, cool. So, we need to answer a couple extra questions about the Sonageist. We need to know a secret about it. And we need to know a feature, the most prominent feature of it, which I think that one's easy, of the remains of whatever kaiju died here. Yeah. What do we think that looks like? Or is it just literally too big for us to ever know?
Too big.
Okay, so, yeah.
And what are the kaiju bones? Yeah, it just looks like a rib cage of a kaiju. Basically, if you just killed Godzilla and left his body there, it would be all bones.
Ribcage of a kaiju. Cool. And finally the mood. So like
the ambiance.
Yeah, like what is, so if we like immediately we emerge from the hatch of Predatoria, we
I would say you would emerge from the hatch, and like I said, it's because there was a nuclear strike, everything is glassed. So everything is like this black glass, this giant kaiju bones, and every once in a while there's irradiated humanoid husks. So probably somber is what I would say.
Somber, yes. Is
romantic.
Yeah, okay. Somber seems reasonable to me.
This is not make out point.
And okay, I have a secret. is that
Is it
hidden.
James Rorschach. Welcome, James, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you for joining us today. Like 3 followers away now.
My suggestion for the secret is that somewhere within the somewhere in the Sonogeist, legend has it, but no one's ever found it, but it does actually exist. The still beating heart of the dead kaiju lies in like a crater somewhere.
I dig.
Cool. So those are that bits and pieces. So.
Nice.
Right, I'm gonna... Who wants... So, as I mentioned before, this game is all about, like, we kind of move responsibilities amongst ourselves. So, one person gets to be in charge of kind of what the topsiders do. Like, you're directing. We are all the actors who play these characters, but the person who controls the topsider channel, as it's referred to, is the director, getting people to do, like... what he thinks will bring out the best performances. So, who wants to take charge of the player character's actions in this sequence?
I say you do the first one, Pinball. Show us how it's done.
Okie dokie. I mean, everyone will get a thing. But, so, in which case, I shall do the first roll, which is a very important roll, because this is the Kaiju roll. So, a 5 or a 6 is real bad here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, slash R, 1d6. Wait.
We got this.
So here's the thing. We are now in what is referred to as a kaiju storm. So.
Good.
Yep.
Very good.
Okay, so I rolled a 6 and a 3. So once again, we have another kaiju's motivation, I believe. So
Good.
motivation 3. This Kaiju 2, wants to achieve enlightenment. What do we call it?
The Dalai Kaiju.
Kaijata, after the Overwatch hero Zenyatta.
Buddha Kaiju.
Zenju.
Oh god. Actually, Zenju and Kaijata are similar. Zenju just makes me squirm. Let's do that. So
Onju.
Onju?
I like Zenju. Oh, Onju is also funny.
That's what he says.
Okay, so we have the old man and Zenju, who are both definitely in this scene. Okay, so I also add another die to the Kaiju channel. So someone has to be in charge of this, by the way, and they are in charge of the terrible, awe-inspiring power that is this place. Okay, and we also roll a die for each Kaiju stack that remains, so that's 2 more. Slash R space 2d6.
Stacks on deck.
Okay, so a third one is added.
Yeah.
So a 3 and a 1. So the third one is primary power. Primary power 1 goes to Kaiju 3. Okay. Oh, what the hell? So this Kaiju
Will, what did you do?
bring down the moon in any location.
Well, now we know how Rot's moon got there.
Exactly.
Damn Kaiju.
Okay, so what are we calling this one?
So that is the third one.
Yup.
Rot's Kaiju.
Sorry?
Rot's Kaiju.
I mean,
I keep hearing like cashew nuts.
It's actually just a mecha robot powered by Roth who keeps bringing down moons so we can play.
Uzagi. To go with the...
Bring down
the big. I quite like. That's the bunny that hammers Mochi in the middle, isn't it? I like that.
Crater hater.
That's cool.
Tsukino Uzagi.
What's up, no future? Good to see you, buddy.
Okay, so I believe if I've understood the rules correctly, that's the Kaiju we have.
Did we establish like powers for everything?
No, so that's the slightly odd thing about this is that you don't really fully populate them, which I'm not sure whether I'm entirely doing that right. I do need to have a conversation with a friend about that at some point, but yes. So we may never even see some of these details. That's like kind of thing of like the old man. We might never see him, so we will never know what animal he's based off of. But we just know the few like reports of him that we've scavenged from the old world say that he hunted Nathan Fillion across the planet. Okay. So, is that the scene? Flip a card from the stack. Okay. So, who wants to be in charge of the actions of the kaiju?
Me or Mike. Mike, you can do it. Hannah first.
I'll do it.
Okay, so I'm going to direct your attention towards, if you go down to the bottom of the handouts, there's a thing called transmissions. There's one called Kaiju Transmission. It's a bunch of kind of suggestions of types of moves they might make.
Okay.
But yeah, have a look at that. You don't have to stick hard and fast to it, but it's a good, like, indicator. And you will have 3 moves to make with all your kaiju, but bear in mind, the first time they rock up, they can just do a thing without having to spend one of those tokens. That is big and impressive and scary and indicative of the kind of thing they are. Whether that is screaming, "You can't take the sky from me," or just a low, bassy home. I don't know. That's up to you. Okay. So I then need to roll /r space 5d6. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's 3 dangers. And 2 explorations. So...
And a danger?
Sure. So
I already forgot what exactly that is, but...
so basically, you are in charge of the non-kaiju dangerous things that are occurring. So this scene looks like it's going to be us topsiders running for our goddamn lives. And Will, you are in charge of the exploration transmission. So same again. You can look in the exploration transmission bit. And kind of... I will sort of narrate what our 4 characters are doing. And then you guys jump in when something bad happens. Or when the monster's foot plows through the roof of the building we're running through. Or when we turn a corner and see something awesome. So yeah, that's how that bit works. Okay. So, any player can choose to describe the scene they enter through the topside players get the first one to do so. Alright, so the first thing that happens is, like, Predatoria, I imagine, yeah, it's kind of the big vault door. The 4 characters emerge, Lord Flashheart striding out, so that he doesn't have to, like, show you all that his eyes are actually closed to the hideous brightness of the real world. And I think plants his feet in the doorway of the vault and yells, "Well, isn't it a fabulous day on the top for Flashheart? Woof!" It's at that point I think one of the other characters like rounds the corner behind him, and they manage to peek up, and he has just yelled out into the wasteland, and you just see a bunch of like husks like turn towards the topsiders standing on this on the side of this hill, and yeah, I think it's Flashheart opens his eyes and went, "Shit!" grabs Grog and just starts running. I think there's like a fallen down collection of like bones nearby, and the topsiders will make a break for it.
Oh boy.
And yeah, I think as we get in it, like we get close to those bones, and I think one of either as we round the corner into that, or just before we get there, someone should make one of their moves. Do we find something nice and cool inside the bones, or does something horrifically dangerous happen to us? Or
there's definitely something dangerous going on.
Okay, so why don't you tell me what dangerous thing happens?
So can I choose a move or do a roll?
So originally it was roll, and you had an option to choose. I was talking to Quinn today, and his idea was kind of like try to let them choose, use those moves as inspiration. So if you have a really cool idea for a thing, do that instead of like those 6 examples. It's what we're going to try. If it gets a bit complicated, we'll just go to rolling, or if it's not working for us. So yeah, like just pick one if you've got a strong idea or something that works for you. And like
I don't think I can read that really fast, but I have an idea. Mike, you said that the it's all sort of black glass, kind of.
Because... Yeah, like a nuclear explosion, turning everything into like black glass.
So I'll show this on stream. These are the
Okay.
kind of things that the game designer has put in here. Obviously, don't just go.
I'm gonna
Life
read
is
them
cheap.
in a moment, but I haven't read them yet, and it's gonna take a bit. For now, I'm just gonna go. So as they reach this, you said it was a
Yeah,
bones, like a pile of bones, or was it a complete?
yeah. I
cave?
think I'm kind of thinking of like the elephant graveyard in Lion King, and
Yes.
they're running for like kind of a bunch of bones have fallen on top of each other and form like a little like roof bit.
Okay.
That they're legging it for. So
Yeah,
we got
imagine that there's also like a skull lying, and it forms a bit of a cave, and
yeah.
right behind that is the remnants of a rib cage, and they would make for a really good
Hiding spot.
hideout.
Yeah.
The problem is that when they get there, like when the fourth member arrives, for some reason the ground becomes unstable, like the black glass is starting to crack,
Okay.
and the earth slightly starts to tremor.
Okay.
And,
So, okay, so who do we think of our topsiders as the fastest? I would think it's either...
Well, it's not Taran. He's
It's
elderly.
definitely not Taran, because I think, yeah, I think it's Flashheart just because he was out first. So Flashheart is running, spins around, and yells, "Keep up, Taran! What ho?" He's getting posher and posher. And yeah, so the glass like cracks under Flashheart's feet as he's sprinting. So I'm going to attempt to. Here's where I react to this. So this is the rolling part of the game. I will roll a d6, and if it goes well, I get a positive outcome. It's kind of up to the danger transmission to narrate, but I either safely land and my buddies can slide down with me, or something along those lines, or I roll a -1 and I fall down, get injured, or I get separated from the rest of my team, or something like that happens. So,
but technically, all 4 characters are in that scene right now.
yeah. So I mean, if this is happening like as we like ice rink style, we get there and Flashheart like jumps in the air to yell behind him, lands, crack.
And screams, "Sinful eye! Welcome, Sinful, to the adventure! You're a gentleman and a scholar, just a few follows away from you guys deciding what happens next."
Okay, so,
Kaiju!
Petra, tell us how things go from bad to worse for our
This is bad.
for our intrepid topsiders, because yeah, like Flashheart, like, "Keep up, Taran! What?" And like jumps back around to run, land.
So actually, what's going to happen is you don't know why the ground is unstable. If maybe something has burned, it's just built some tunnels underneath. But either way, the cracking, there's just more and more cracks forming, and then the ground caves in. And so it's relatively slowly, but still surely you would sort of start to sink in into as the ground gives way. Like I said, it's not like open up and you fall down.
Okay.
But everything that within a certain radius will just start sliding towards the middle of the.
Okay, which includes all these horrific irradiated zombie creatures who are chasing us, and yeah, good, love it. Okay, so yeah, I think so like they're all coming. It's like Flash just kind of like Flashheart like looks up and is like, he's supposed to be invincible. What is this? So,
And Marmite is blaming everybody else. "Oh, you idiot! You shouldn't have just running around and screaming. I could have told you that's not going to go well."
Well, we was having to go, and this having to go is what's important.
Flashheart is like holding on to like a side and trying to help. I imagine Taran's a little less stable on his feet.
Yeah, Taran actually is a walking cannon. He's just walking. He's like slowly walking behind you guys, running. I will get there.
You can kill on my
Wait for me.
you can jump on my back. I'm pretty strong.
Oh, well, thanks, young man.
He
Yes.
jumps onto my back and mounts me.
Good. So yeah, Flashheart is like staring around concerned. This like it's like wasn't supposed to be quite this dangerous straight out of the gate. And yeah, he's gonna start like he draws his gun and starts firing at some of the husks while trying to kind of pick his way a little more carefully up these glass slopes.
So So while you are firing at these husks, you notice that everyone's hair starts to like lift, like as if you rubbed a balloon on your head. Your hair starts to lift, and you guys can hear a low rumbling, like the rocks, like the glass rocks, start to like jitter across the ground.
That doesn't sound good, guys.
What? Yeah, and like I mean, at ridiculous volume, right? So
Shark dies.
Oh,
you're back.
sorry, I imagine that's being a little weird today.
It's been weird. It's probably all the kaiju that you put in it.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, anyway, that sounds like a monster. We should probably go kill it.
Yeah, this low rumbling noise gets louder and louder until you hear a full
Yeah, I think like Flashlight will turn around. And I don't know,
guys, this isn't good. We have to get out of here right now.
do we see like do we just get the kind of like it gets a little bit darker as an extra shadow falls across top of us because we don't know what this thing looks like.
Yep.
And yeah, like Flashlight just kind of spins around and just sees this dark towering shape. It's like,
Oh boy.
Christ.
So since we are unclear on how the rules work for kaiju stuff, why don't we roll for what this kaiju looks like?
Absolutely. Give me a D4.
Let's do it.
Give me that D4 and we'll get yeah. Okay. So I actually, do we want to take the animal base or do we want to take the distinctive feature?
I would say the animal base.
Okay. Okay. So I know
If
what
you're
this
looking
one
at
is.
it. If you turn around, shadow.
This is Zenju, correct?
Yeah.
So, it's a rooster.
Yeah, it is.
I say we get one more D4 and see what its distinctive feature is.
Hit it.
Because I went to the cock jowls.
Oh my god, if only.
A 3. So it is not the cock jowls. Oh, come here, you bugger.
Imagine if we all put cock jowls for that.
So, tell us, is this, the feature is tentacles, lots of them. So a giant, oming, tentacle rooster emerges from the,
I want you to know I also put tentacles.
God damn it.
Yeah, when I put that in, I was like, well, it's likely that somebody else also put it. Oh, wow.
I think I put tentacles with eyes, though, so we're different.
Okay.
It's totally different. You put lots of them, I put eyeballs, so it's fine.
They're unique. I put giant donger. Or cock jowls. I don't remember.
No one is surprised by that, Will.
No.
I look disappointed in myself.
Okay,
Yeah,
so...
essentially see like a giant cockatrice, except instead of having like a snake tail, it just whips out into like 9 tails of tentacles.
I think, yeah, just the 4 topsiders just are all standing there and yeah, like there was a lot of like careful kind of picking their way gently across the glass, the occasional like shoot a husk or like punch a husk down that was getting too close, and they all just stop and stare and does this kaiju do
Stop, Will. You've
something?
been in America too long now. You were fine at the beginning, and now it's been too far.
Marmite is going to look at the stone with the compass in it to see if it tells her the most favorable or the best way out of this sinkhole.
I feel like at this exact moment this compass, I mean that compass, yeah, I think yeah, so okay, you tell me, this was your gift, so you tell me which way the compass is pointing, and as the person in charge of the Topsiders channel, actually, no, you tell us which way the compass is pointing, Exploration channel will respond to that with how we get to there and how that helps us in some way.
Interestingly enough, the compass, as a way to get out of the sinkhole, points directly towards the kaiju.
Okay, so...
It's Zenju.
Zenju.
Nickname Omju.
Zenju, the tentacled cock.
Omju.
God damn it. So yeah, so I think it's what does Marmite say to like to the others to go, we should run towards the giant apocalyptic monster. What is she like? You tell us what she says because you voice her. and they'll go with it because hey, this was the thing we were given by the chat.
She would just look and say, "Guys, I know how we get out of here. Just follow me, follow me. My compass is never wrong." And she actually following the compass. So does she make it out? Like, do we have to roll? Is it a favorable?
No. So there's nothing. No things have been set. No moves have been made against us. So the topsiders don't have to roll in reaction to it. The topsiders only roll in reaction to things happening.
Okay.
Flashheart like tucks his gun away, sprints up. I think we'll like ducks under the other arm of Taryn. And yeah, we'll start following. It's like the Morat tribe are many things, but they are famed for producing smart people. And god damn it, if we don't need them today. Woof.
Yeah, like me. Let's go. Wait, I'm not in that tribe, am I? Yeah, I live in the...
Oh, shut up already, guys. Just come and follow me, idiots.
So yes, we chase... Is a bad thing about to happen? Is the Kaiju channel doing a thing?
So as you guys like run towards the Kaiju, the Zenju, it seems to not even care about you and starts heading directly for where your city was.
Oh, it's Mojo City. Wait, that's not where we are. That's fine.
I mean, we've only just got out the door, so it's kind of on a deception angle.
There's only 4 of us. There's like loads of them back there. We'll be fine.
Yeah, like if you've ever seen, oh man, I just want to keep saying this. If you ever want to see a rooster run, because seeing a cock run is a very different thing. If you've ever seen a rooster run, it's just sort of going for it towards the. I assume the elevator that you guys came.
I got it. It's all good, guys.
It's a huge rock cocktail.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, do we? If that's a move on your part, like what's the? Was that a was? Okay. All right. So we don't get to react to that. But that's one of your moves spent for this thing. We'll find out. Yeah, so I guess we managed to, like, following the compass point, we duck and cover our way through its giant talon tracks.
So it does say here, unless the characters take action and get a favorable reaction, they will be forced to take a bleak future in the finale.
Oh no, not bleak futures.
Basically, just from the broadcast, either I attack the city you're going to or the city you're coming to.
Okay, so, sod it. Taryn is a man who has lived with... The rest of us are all young flash bastards. But Taryn is a citizen of that place. He's lived there. He's watched it grow over years. So I think he... you can give me the words and actions where this was, but I think he's going to try and, like... I imagine shoot at it in a way to distract it. And I shall roll our reaction. So, Taryn spins, like, I think, riding on Grog's shoulders.
Like a revolver.
Yeah.
Not a revolver, but a rifle. And he's like, oh, these kaiju, I've been around a lot longer than them. These are young whippersnappers. And he kind of, like, loads up his rifle.
Favorite reaction?
Oh my god.
Is
So,
that a bad number?
so yeah, a 6 is good.
Oh,
okay.
1, 2, 3 is bad. 4, 5, 6 is good. So yeah, we managed to, in some way, draw it off the city. Whether that's onto us or what, that's also
hey,
up to the
there's a big
Kaiju to
microwave
decide.
over there. He might be drawn to it for his heat surge. If I turn on my microwave button, it'll probably go over there.
It's either that or Grog dropped his pants or something like that.
Get your bigger cash now.
No, he showed his third nipple.
But we
Who
so
knows about that?
so we know that we draw the attention of the kaiju shifts from the town, and it, I guess, is slowly turning. We may return to it in a moment. Don't forget to introduce your 2 other monsters at some point.
No.
Okay, so yes, the topsiders are running. The Taryn like maneuvers himself back into a position that he can isn't like hanging off the back of Grog with his gun out. Not a euphemism.
Yeah.
I
don't know what a euphemism is.
And yeah, we sprint towards I don't know. Why don't we get an exploration roll here? I think, or an exploration thing. Mr. Exploration Channel, tell us what we're like as we're legging it, sprinting across the black glass.
All right, we find a wasteland beauty. Something ruined actually concealed or transformed into something beautiful and wondrous. Something combine something ugly or dangerous, something harmless or joyful, and describe the topside sea. Okay, so as we're running across, we come across a theme park, like an ancient wasteland theme park, which used to exist. However, it's like infected with mutants. Mutants live in the theme park. Zombie mutants.
I mean, this place was hit by nukes. So is it just that one like dropper tower? And we just see the husks riding it.
They're just seatbelt that they didn't get off the ride.
When Marmite sees that, she's like, "Oh man, I really wanted to go on that ride."
Me too. Can we go on it? Can we go on it, please?
Well, you can go first.
Okay, and I run.
Like next to like.
I like how you like still have Taryn on your back.
Taryn's like bouncing along. Yeah, Flashheart is still sprinting with you. It's like, tribesmen, I believe we should be a touch careful. That place appears to be overrun with these strange creatures.
What a bunch of idiots.
Don't worry, we'll be real careful when they go on the rides.
But
I'm doing that for him, and
yeah, I mean, this place is...
You're shouting, friend. He's too loud. Tell him to quiet down.
Yeah, shut up.
I like point in the direction of a like intact-looking building, I guess, on the other side. It's like, perhaps in there we can find something useful to us, or the Sonogeist is far larger than I ever even thought, and apparently more perilous than we were ever told.
At this point, Marmite just pokes his shoulder.
Yes, Marmite.
Characters. What's with your voice? You always talk like that. It's weird.
This is the ancient art of the inflection of flash.
Yeah, whatever.
It's our truest inheritance. I wouldn't expect a mole rat to understand. Woof.
Woof.
Yeah, so we're going to try and make a break for a place in this theme park that maybe will have useful equipment, a vehicle or something like that.
Bumper cars.
That could be good. So I think the danger should, as we like, yeah. So the topsiders make it to the entrance of the theme park and like I think stack up, like on the you know how like in all good cop movies they have their backs against the thing and then they peek around the corner. So it's like that on the ticket booths outside, and we slowly round the corner and then start to sneak in whatever weapons or things we use out in front of us, ready to tangle. Do one of my, as we enter this ancient, mostly battered theme park, does anyone want to make a move against us?
I have an idea, but for later.
Okay. I mean, another one of the kaiju could show up.
No, you guys are good for now.
Okay.
It's just a nice little theme park.
Just a fun little place.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. If no one's making a move, we slowly creep our way through the base of the of Zenju. Like
yeah,
once again, like the dust clouds of like black glass particles kind of hiding his tentacled visage from us for now, and we slowly creep our way across, occasionally just like knocking over the odd husk. And yeah, Flashheart's gonna kind of Did your tribesmen tell you that this was like this?
Yeah. I think. Hey.
What
yeah,
do you mean?
The theme park, you heard all about it.
I mean, we were sent here to save our town, and
We were?
this feels.
Oh man.
This place is awful. Awful. I thought I was going on some grand adventure.
Your theme park is nice.
Taryn looks to you both and he says, "Yes, I thought it would be much brighter." And you just see him start to take off a series of blackened goggles. They're just like 3 stacked on his head. "This is much better. I can see a lot clearer now."
I just
I thought
imagine
it'd
you
be
as the
more
male
radiation.
version of that grandma from Mad Max who snapped people's medullas. It's great.
Grog's like, I thought it'd be more radiation. My nose is bleeding, sorry.
Mom
Put your helmet back on, you
Oh.
damn fixes.
oh, unbelievable. And she, whatever kind of shelf there is,
My skin all red.
Closets or whatever she can find, she starts rummaging through to see if there's anything
Yeah.
that could make stuff.
Yeah, so I guess we like split off to like ransack old vending machines and stuff for foods that will have survived the apocalypse. So pulling like Twinkies because Twinkies don't have a sell-by date. Let's go with that myth.
Mama just going behind the cash register, so the counter, and just starts rummaging around, see if there's anything.
Just see Grog just eating blackened cotton candy.
Just okay. You think
It makes my mouth itchy.
It's kind of, it feels fairy.
Grog, put
Insulation.
your damn radiation suit helmet on.
But I'm eating. I can't eat with my helmet on.
Wait till we get to camp.
But I don't see where this camp is.
Just let him eat it. And she looks up from behind the counter. Just let him eat it. I don't think we need him anyway. And then she pops back down.
They need this food.
I'm like, check the bullets, like, and Flashheart just does mental arithmetic of like, how many of these could I spare? Is it 2?
Karen's looking for things that are in pudding form.
Good.
There.
Okay, so I think we stock up on like bits and bobs, things we think are useful, and make a break for this kind of large garage-looking building on the other side of the theme park. Like if this was it's one of those like things of like I think there's a theme park in Busch Gardens in Florida has like the Rhino tours where they have jeeps and stuff. Basically, we're looking for like a theme park vehicle that we can nab.
Like the old Jurassic Park vehicles works out.
Yeah, that would do. Maybe if I get those
Also
new
known as
fancy scrolly ball things, I'll take that. But
The
yeah,
scrolly ball.
Don't take the scrolly ball thing.
have you not seen that trailer with the weird perspex ball thing?
You know, we know what you're talking about. It was just a description.
I haven't seen that hentai. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's from Jurassic
the,
World.
with the giant
Scrolly
tentacle
ball.
chicken and the clear scrolly
It
balls.
doesn't sound like any better, Pemba.
Yeah.
Does it have the throat balls?
So before you guys get to the actual ride, Taryn looks to you. I'm bad at names.
There's Flashheart. There's
Petra's character.
Marmite the mole rat.
And he says, young lady, you're going to have to wait outside. There's a height requirement for this ride, and I don't think you can get in on this. The rules
Are
state
you for real? I'm not gonna listen to you, old man. And
he's a tiny man, and he says you have to be tall.
And she
He's like
just-
fallen
she just-
over,
It's like tipped. That's why she can't fit because it's like tipped over.
missing half his head. One of the blasts. You
She's-
must
she's
be this
doing-
tall to id.
What she's doing, she's only 12 or 13, and she's a real brat. She's
was getting
just
that.
gonna cross her arms in front of him, look at him, and then take one step closer.
No, Missy, listen. No, this is
And
this is the
then
state of things. This is right here. This is why everyone, you two, shouty guy, big man. This is why the world is in the state it's in. Children.
I feel.
And then
that-
she's on the other line inside. She's,
Does she
I get
sta-
what
she
I did.
Bleed in total anarchy.
strays into the fast pass queue? So I think that as our topsider crew falls to rancor and starts yelling at each other, this feels like a perfect opportunity for something bad to come after us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
So I guess I need to roll motivation for one of these things.
Well, you have the motivation for the old man.
No, we're going with the other one. The old man's too easy.
Okay, give me a D2.
D2. Boop. 1.
Okay. Whoops. So, we need a name for oh, sorry, no, we have a name. So Usagi.
No, this is
The
what
third
is it?
one?
Yeah.
This is the one without a
Yeah.
motivation. Okay, so this is Usagi who can bring the moon down anywhere. His secret motivation in life is he wishes to bring the cockjowls everywhere. Full stop. All caps. Everywhere.
Perfect.
God damn it, you're the worst. I hate you so much, Will.
So yeah, you guys are arguing about who gets to go inside this ride, and then everything goes dark around you. Like the sky blacks out, and like you can see like the stars. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and do. Actually, what is it? I want to see what Usagi looks like.
I feel he has the distinctive feature of the cockjowl for this to work.
I don't know. We haven't
fair?
rolled for it. We have no idea.
Fair. All right.
He could be bringing other kaiju to you that have the cockjowls.
That's a fair point. Okay, so for an animal base, give me a D3.
All right, hold on. So we'll do animal base and distinctive feature just to round that.
So 2D3.
So D3. Oops, not a D33. We don't need that.
Nope.
So that's his animal base is number 1. And number 1, wow, I just keep all the ones right there, guys.
Okay, so
So
Usagi is Will's creation so far. It's 4 ones. So the animal base is a sloth, and the distinctive feature is giant donger.
Yes.
So Usagi is Will.
Yes, it is giant.
Perfect. It is literally all of Will. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so you guys just see like this slow-moving just shadow like cast over the entire theme park. All of the sky goes black. Like you guys can see stars. And a giant donger just plows through the building you guys are currently in.
Marmite will go, ew!
As
Don't
this thing
stare
roars,
into its eye!
Whoa.
its third eye! What is it doing? As this thing begins roaring, it looks like it's just like bellowing into the sky as if calling for something.
Is there a thing for the topsiders to react to in this case?
No.
Okay, so yeah, this crashes through our building, but yeah, so I guess we'll run in and I don't know if there's a way if I can just say we find some kind of vehicle, but we definitely start searching for some kind of faster transportation than foot. Just make absolutely sure.
Let's get in those balls.
Just getting balls.
Just getting those balls, guys.
So I mean, this could be a good point for an exploration thing, as we search this like more valuable locked building or like something that was relatively intact from the before times. This might be a good time for the exploration channel to give us give us something.
It's my last point, doesn't look.
Either that or just we find terrible, awful, monstrous things. I mean that kaiju thing could have just been Usagi's introduction. I love how Usagi is a rabbit who lives in the moon, and in our version it's a sloth with a giant penis.
We find an artifact.
Falls down moons, so it's fine.
We find an artifact of a forgotten age. It's
Scrolly balls.
It's scrolly balls, is what it is.
Just in the shadow of the donger, the topsiders discovered 2 perfectly smooth Perspex balls.
This is actually the name of the episode. It's Radio Free Kaiju in the shadow of the donger.
Shadow
Like Shadow of the Colossus, but
I was thinking Shadow of Windsmouth.
Yeah. So Flashheart yells like, it's like, we can use those quick in woof.
Eat the Perspex balls, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Do you even know how to use these?
Before I even respond to that, I have grabbed Marmite by the back of the neck and just tossed her in one.
I know how to use my balls.
Taran, you're driving the other.
oh, well, I'm sure I probably shouldn't be. I don't have a license, but
Well, I just
I'll
might
give it a shot.
Yes, and the from the dust of this collapsing building, 2 balls will shoot out. Just,
However,
Shit.
as we are in the process of getting on, actually, some of us even begin to notice it when we're in the process of getting into the balls. Is it's so wrong. Anyway, some of us start to have some kind of sensory impairment, and maybe Chet can help us with that. But the danger is that I pick is the earth is poison. The poison could be different from radiation, which I'm going with strange alien spores, the pheromones that a certain kaiju leaves in its wake. The result, unless there is a favorable reaction, is one. It's one. Is one of the characters begins wasting away, her health deteriorating. Oh, I can't choose the effect. Okay, I should have read it before. Her health deteriorating every time we see her. At the beginning of each subsequent topside scene, roll a die on a 3, 4, or 5. The condition worsens. Do this twice and the character dies. On a 6, the character's condition gets incredibly worse. It might die, transform. Anything is possible. So let's just say that the first stage of it is some kind of sensory impairment. It could be hallucination. It could be, I don't know, Tongo's Nam can't speak anymore.
Okay. So I will. So who is too slow into the Perspex ball and who gets exposed to this? Please don't tell me it's a pheromone from the donger, because I will have to hurt you.
Like a little piece of my brain went there and was like, no.
Scrub it out.
I mean, I have to say,
to brain.
Grog did eat that super old candy.
Okay, so I will attempt to use a reaction for Grog's amazing immune system.
And the best, don't worry.
I mean, Grog is still eating it, and Grog is fine.
I'm just so good. I'm like running and like.
You've got that like those weird black veins all over your face. I was like, it feels tingly.
Guys, my face is all tingly, look.
Like eventually it starts reaching its eyes.
So even then though, it just by the end of the day it's like he runs out before he gets sick enough.
Oh man, see, actually, in fact, Singer's on the hour. I'm just going to remind folks in chat. Singers, we're just 2 followers away from the viewer decision where you guys get to decide what happens next. If you haven't followed yet, then hit that follow button for us and do so to mess with our game and royally screw with us. So if you're new, consider following. We're here 5 nights a week, all the time playing a bunch of D&D games. So that's our schedule down below for you folks. And let's get following, let's get retweeting. We're just 7 retweets away from another viewer decision. So let's make these terrible, terrible things happen in Radio Free Kaiju today. Let's go. I think it's going to be fine, guys. It's going to be fine.
Okay, so yeah, the Perspex balls fly out. Taryn and Flashheart behind the wheels. Marmite thrown into her chair. Grog just eating his cotton candy. His face getting gradually more fucked up. But he's impervious to the terrors of the wasteland.
It's going to be fine.
Guys, I feel kind of emotional.
Yeah, the Perspex ball lands, and Flash will turn to Marmite. It's like, so, Mole Rat Girl, what'd you do for fun?
Wait, what? Sorry, were you talking to me?
I mean, Flashheart is... he did something cool looking, saved the day, and
no, I just
now must flirt.
Focused on something else for a second.
Flashheart like turns, she's like, so Mole Rat Girl, what'd you do back for fun in Predatoria? Heard much about the place we're going? Free next Friday.
She's like doing the I don't know this guy. Look. What do you want from me?
I don't think Flashheart knows. But yes. As he just then like nothing happens. The Flashheart just smiles and starts looking at the front again. And drives into the sunset. So I think you've been rolling many dice, Mike.
That's fine. Yeah, we already did 4, so I re-roll again.
Okay.
I don't want to do the same one again. It seems not fun.
I mean, you are more than free to just choose.
Yeah. Animal base 3 goes to old man.
Animal base 3. So that is lobster.
Yeah, it sure is. So the sloth that is Usagi like arched its back and started bellowing into the sky, seemingly summoning something. And as you guys are rolling around in these scrolly balls, you can hear like click, 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 like these loud clicking noises on the ground. And before you, you see like if you've ever seen that episode of Family Guy with Iraq lobster, it's basically a large bearded lobster that comes at you guys, and it's clipping its giant claws at your scrolly balls, while its antennas are trying to like poke at your balls as if.
Oh my god, it's poking out balls, guys!
Okay, so I will roll a reaction dice for the amazing driving of the topsiders.
It's my ball.
Yes, you will either soothe or enrage the beast with your balls.
Well, enrage. Enrage is the answer.
It's always the answer.
So yeah, so myself and so Flashheart and Taran, duck, dip, dive, duck and dodge. I can't remember the dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. That's it.
You said it. Yeah.
I did the first time.
Yeah.
But alas, we're not entirely successful. So
Yeah, so like this thing wasn't coming at you menacingly. It was just trying to do something. Like its tentacle, not its tentacles, but its antenna were like going at you, trying to like do something, and you guys skirted around it, and it just clamps one of its claws on one of your scrolly balls.
All
And
right.
begins squeezing.
On a 1, this is the Marmite and Flashheart ball. On a 2, this is the other one. So Taran and Grog are scooped up as the kaiju brings its unstoppable force to bear on your Perspex balls.
No, my balls.
Yeah, it just claws your balls and begins like smashing it. Like
Do we have the special feature? What's it called for
tickles.
the old man? Like
we're going down. He does smell like old cheese.
But yeah, so you two, so that ball shatters and the two of you drop to the ground at the mercy. So I guess so there's one from my side of the table. There's one kaiju move and one danger move left.
Oh no!
I mean, injure them seems like a pretty good danger move here.
I was gonna say one of them.
Okay, so I am gonna try and roll a reaction for how well they stick the landing. Bad. So Petra, do you have any idea which of Grog or Taran are going to be injured as they fall from the or is it just both of them?
Well, I tried. Well, they could roll. I mean, I tried to give Grog a mysterious, weird, poisonous sickness. I'm going with what was the name? Taran.
Taran.
Yeah, he falls pretty heavily on one of his arms.
Oh, balls!
Okay.
And he hears a quite sickening crack sound. It's not clear. Maybe it's just, since he's old, everything is cracking all the time anyway, but could be broken.
Okay. So, so the second ball will return to your location as quickly as we can and, like, power slides as much as you can a gyroscopic ball. And, Flashheart kicks one of the doors open and says, "Get in, bitches! We're going shopping!" No. That was a Mean Girls reference.
Shopping!
It's like, get in! Woof!
Okay.
Mom read as fast as she can. She squeezes in behind.
Yeah.
It's
definitely crowded in here. The Kaiju channel needs to make their last move before the end of this scene.
No, that was it.
Is that it?
Yeah,
so we slide over, the door flies open, and people like jump for the door as like the thundering legs of the old man hammer the glass around us. And the scene cuts with like one of the legs landing. The scene cuts to black as one of the legs cuts across the camera angle. And yes,
It wasn't your balls.
so we then do wrap up. As a group, we answer these questions. How did things end up for the characters? So I think
wrap up your balls.
we make it out. Later that night, we're I think at the edge of the Sonogeist, as the sun is beginning to set. You see the four of us all slumped inside our Perspex ball, exhausted. Taran's like cradling his broken arm. Grog vomited up all of the candy earlier, and is just about, I think, is being fed water by Marmite and is just about recovering at this point.
Yeah, Marmite keeps complaining just how incompetent everybody is.
Yeah. So, what is the most significant event in this scene, do we think?
Like the final?
Or maybe something that happened just as we were leaving. This could be, but yeah, what do we think is big and world-changing, or possibly life-changing for these people? Because, I mean, I have a question. Can Taran shoot anymore? He's lost.
Well, he uses a rifle and he's got one broken arm, so that's probably bad.
Okay.
It's probably not a good thing.
So we have added a difficulty for Taran. Okay.
Marmite's compass is out of control. Like for the longest time, it just kept showing, like, it definitely is not pointing north or anything, because it first kept showing pointing directly at the kaiju, and then later on a different direction, and it's always shown the correct way seemingly, but now it's just spinning around like crazy.
Okay. And finally, what event signifies future risk for the characters or one of the cities? I mean, we could say that a thing that could signify some future risk is we distracted not Usagi, Zenju from going after Predatoria, but
only for a time.
And also that could mean he's now tracing us in his grand quest for enlightenment, or I mean, Taran's broken arm is hardly a reason to be excited. Does anyone else have any like big suggestions?
You guys just saw 3 kaiju within like a couple miles.
Yeah.
It's so
Our
funny.
crazy town full of like fish mutating into fish people is covered in monsters.
It's now covered in monsters, inside and out.
Good stuff. Okay, so
We got this, guys. We got this.
all right. So I'll delete these tokens for now. All right. If we need to move a little quicker through these, and we can maybe get enough time for. We do a very quick radio broadcast. So who wants to take it? Who wants to host? Okay. So give me 2d6.
Oh boy, Scoob. It's 4 and 1.
Okay. So good news. So first of all, this broadcast is coming from our destination, which was Warwick's Hill. Was it Warwick's Hill?
It was Warwick's Willow.
Warwick's Willow.
Warwick's
Yes.
Willow. Okay. Other good news: no kaiju dice. So also no possibility of a kaiju storm. Roll
good
another
news.
d6.
Another D6 is
Should just say 3d6.
3.
Okay, so this is a call-in show. This broadcast is all about the people calling in to have their voices heard. One player is the host, and the other is a co-host. If short, players just have the host. Everyone else is part of the audience. You can also be guest expert. Pick one question and make that the subject of the show. The host and co-host start with a brief discussion and debate about the subject. Then they take their first call. So, what question do we want to ask and answer here?
Who are the travelers? Who are the dudes that we're playing? What do they want coming to our city?
Okay. So, so you're the host.
Yes.
I'll be the co-host.
Okay, so we have a host. I presume. Is Warwick Davis the person of note?
Yes.
Okay, and is he like the head of the radio? And the radio never stops broadcasting because Warwick will never let the airwaves be dead.
No, he will not. He will
He's
die
the most
before
famous
that.
radio host ever.
Okay,
Obviously.
Mr. Co-host, who are you?
Man, it's that whole naming thing that's the issue here.
Timothy.
Sure.
Okay, so Timothy, and so Warwick, you're playing like the kind of the balancer of this, I think.
That's me, right? I'm playing Warwick.
Yeah, so I will be if you don't mind, Petra, I would like to do the call-in.
Sure.
I am going to be super zealous that these immigrants are here to steal our jobs and our women, and they should not be allowed in. We should make them build a wall for us instead. Or something.
Timothy is the co-host of any American infomercial.
Okay.
That can't seem to get anything right and is just amazed that you are so awesome, Will.
Okay. Good.
Are you telling me that it roasts and bakes? Oh my god.
Can you believe that?
So,
And if you ordered within the next hour.
all right. So Petra, that leaves you on the very important job of we need a jingle for the Warwick Davis show.
Okay. It goes dum 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 dum. It's a Warwick. It's a Warwick. It's a Warwick. It's a Warwick show.
Yes, it is. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Warwick Davis cast today in the Wasteland. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Good to see you all. Well, I can't see you, obviously. I'm sitting here in my chair listening and talking to you. But today we do have a few questions. The first question is, who are the Wastelanders, the adventurers who are coming from another city?
Wait a minute, Warwick. Are you telling me that we have, right now before our city,
Yes.
adventurers out in the wastes? This
Yes.
is ridiculous.
I know. It really is quite some news.
What do you think they could be doing out there? Oh no, we lost Will.
Oh no, my cast went off for a moment there. Sorry guys, looks like the Wasteland went down for a moment. You know what it is? Shit internet these days here in America, I mean in the Wasteland. So anyway, yes, we do have a few groups of adventurers coming to our city and we want to get some opinions on them. We do have an expert with us today. His name I have forgotten, but he is here with us today. Excuse me, sir, can you please tell me your opinion on the new Wastelanders coming into our city today?
Hello. My name is Mr. Bungus.
Now, Mr. Bunkus, are you an expert on adventurers, or are you an expert on the Kaiju, the Wasteland? Go on, tell me.
I'm an expert in making sure our little society of free thinkers, the proud people of Warwick's Willow, are not overrun by some tribal savages coming from Predatoria.
Oh, now what kind of school did you go to get that expertise?
I went to the School of Hard Knocks, boy. That's the education every proud citizen.
Or do you believe this School of Hard Knocks?
I don't actually think that's a real school.
I think he was knocked hard on the head, if you get my drift.
I do, because that's exactly what you said.
Boy.
Anyway, so Mr. Hard Knocks here, number one. Why do you believe that these Wastelanders are such a plague upon our society?
Well, no one's seen anyone from Predatoria in years. Then, the same day we hear about 4 of them popping up, driving over here in their little glass balls, we also hear that there's 3 kaiju just wandering the few miles between us and them.
You think the kaijus and the Wastelanders are working together in some kind of giant kaiju conspiracy?
I'm not saying anything, but if I was, that'd be what I was saying.
You said you think that the adventurers are a plague. Do you mean a literal plague? Is this a plague that's bringing the kaiju right now?
I don't know if it's intentional, but you just have to look.
Well, sir, I thought you said you were an expert.
I'm an expert on many things. I'm an expert on the fact that 3 giant monsters will end our civilization.
Well, there we have it, folks. That was our good call-in from that guy.
Click.
Yeah. But however, we do have an opposing figure in today, another so-called expert, but much more in favour of our Wastelanders today. Caller online free. Can you put them through, please? Thank you. Hello there. What is your opinion on the new Wastelanders coming towards our fine city?
Hello? Hello?
Wait. Mum, is that you?
Warwick, Warwick, I'm just calling.
I told you not to call this number.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very special caller. It is Warwick Davis's mother, the venerable Mrs. Davis. Go on. How's it going, Mrs. Davis?
Oh, I'm just fine. Thank you for asking, though. Warwick, I'm really worried. You promised me to come home for dinner.
Well, I'll be there.
But you didn't.
Well, I will be there tonight. Mother, don't.
That is what you always say.
Yes, that's because I hate you. A bit of comedy.
Warwick Davis, he is full of jokes, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't hate his mother. That's ridiculous.
Mama, have you heard about these Wastelanders coming in from afar to our fine city?
What?
Have you heard about the Wastelanders coming in to our city?
Oh yes. They talked about that on the news in the morning. And what were you asking again?
Never mind. And that was Warwick Davis's mother, everybody. Thank you so much for her fine contribution. So that is, I believe, all that we have time for today on the cast of today's Warwick show. However, I will still be here 24/7 making sounds and noises in case you get bored in the wasteland. So don't worry, I will be unleashing a veritable tide of consciousness throughout the next 24 hours. So you don't get bored whilst in the wasteland. Until then, guys, we'll see you very soon, and try not to get eaten out there by a kaiju.
Ding, 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 ding. It's a Warwick, it's a Warwick, it's a Warwick. It's a Warwick Davis show.
That's me.
Yeah, and a few miles away, sitting in a Perspex ball, Lord Flashheart clicks the button off his radio and just goes, shit. And yes, we will move straight into our next topside scene. So who wants to be in charge of the topsiders in this scene? I don't want to do it this time around. I want to try something else. Who wants to direct our characters?
I want to be kaijus.
That might not be a thing. Is just to be aware of.
Oh, true.
Because we may not actually. Before we get to channels, we should say where do we want to see this scene? As going by time, we kind of dragged out the last one because we're not used to the system. So this might be our last one. So which location do we want to go to of the places we haven't been to yet? We have Roth's Moon.
What was the second one again?
Roth's Moon, the Wintermute Institute, and Revelation are our 3 remaining locations. So these...
I think I kind of blanked out at when you described Wintermute.
So it's like basically an old, some kind of old medical laboratory of some description. Where they did some kind of experiments. People think it's haunted because they hear weird noises from the bottom of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Nuclear desert, amusement park, mental institution.
Yeah, that's the horror movie progression arc.
Yeah, that makes sense. We can go with that one.
So I think we might have lost Will, which isn't great.
Yeah, he also dropped from Roll20.
Oh, good.
Oh,
okay.
No, Will's dead.
We'll work out this other stuff first while we wait for
Alright, so Will plays the kaiju, I'll do the dangers.
Good, all my cameras just moved around. So... I can't just move you all around, can I? So let's just go up here. Let's go over here. Let's go here. Will, do you want to take the topsiders? This for this scene, buddy? Old pal, old friend, old matey, old chum?
I can kind of hear you. Yeah, sure.
Cool. That might be an issue. One sec. Cool. Okay, so whoever is playing topsiders, I need you to roll me some dice.
Okay.
So first of all, we need 1d6 to see if we have kaiju.
I'm gonna.
High numbers are dangerous.
Oh, sorry, forgot the second roll there. 1d6.
3. No kaiju. Oh, I forgot a bit of homework we need to do. So for the Wintermute Institute, we need to do a secret. Is this location widely known? I think so. I think it's a ghost story amongst people. Like it's the old haunted mansion on the hill. A feature. What's the most prominent feature of this location?
Oh, do you need a secret still?
No. Apparently the secret is just, is this location widely known?
Oh, it's a damn shame. I have a good one.
Fair. Well, we might get to it. If you want to look at location 2, by the way, you can see that the describe one thing worth acquiring in this place is old research data of like whatever they were experimenting on. But the potential danger is that there is a horrible monster locked in the basement that is some weird product of their freaky experiments. So feature, what is the most prominent feature of this location? I'm gonna say like there's a low like howling comes out of the place a lot of the time due to the strange things that live in its basement.
How about some of those old, like, I don't know how modern that building or that facility was when it was still run, but how about those old medieval cages where people are hung out to basically die and rot?
Oh, the murder cages.
Yeah.
Fair. It's just a room, like just one of them hanging from the outside for some reason.
Yeah, and there's a strange skeleton in there, still in one or two of them. Not quite human.
Fair. And finally, the mood. I'm gonna say the mood is pretty fucking terrifying.
It's a happy mood. It's a good mood.
Yeah,
birds are singing.
The weird player of Petra, sure. For anyone who likes life and all of their bits being present inside their body, not so much. Okay. So there are no kaiju. So will our topsider person please roll 5d6? I believe that is Petra who's taking topsiders.
Yeah. So 5d6.
5d6.
Okay.
5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we have another 3 danger. And we have exploration. 2 of those. Okay, so did you say you wanted danger, Mike?
Yeah, I'll do danger.
Okay. Will, shall I take exploration as your...
Sure. I feel like I probably need to restart my internet.
Fair, yeah.
I'll try and work on it for now. If it dies again, then I'll just restart.
Okay, cool. So we set the scene as... I mean, I feel like the ominous beginning to this scene is like the Perspex ball rolls into like the area this place is in and sputters and dies. Because that's how good horror movies start.
And then the camera is almost on bottom or ground level, and we see that first out of focus, but then coming in focus, the broken down gate of what once was the what's the name again?
Wintermute. The Wintermute Institute,
which even though there's no real wind going on at the moment, still slightly sways and creaks.
But because it's 4 people in one plexiglass ball,
we're all squished.
It's all fogged up. So you're like,
just the sound of koof as like Flashlight kicks the door open and just collapses out.
Oh my god! Who farted?
Oh my god!
That's so disgusting.
oh, I'm sorry, that's my normal odor.
Never again am I traveling with you, Taran. Oh!
See, the dust wallers we have, it's in case that we get lost in the city, and he just starts pulling out cheeses out of his coat.
I don't want them!
Yeah, when they're fresh, that's why they smell so bad. That's how cheese... Just flick the green part off. That's not for you.
You are a disgusting old man. And then she turns around and looks at the institute. So what did we say again? It was sort of a part of horror stories, legends, but
yeah. So this is the equivalent of the old haunted house on the hill for our
and so when we look at it, we probably know what it is.
Oh god, yeah. I feel like this. We said this place is pretty widely known. We turn around, there's a murder cage hanging from the outside, big ominous Arkham Asylum type sign out the front saying Wintermute Institute.
Okay, so when Marmite sees that, she goes, "Oh my god, this is so amazing!" Because she knows that she's 100% sure that she will survive this and will be able to because there's no other way because she's so awesome, and so that she will be able to tell her friends that she went and saw the Wintermute Institute, which was just the content of many a horror story that she and the other mole rats told each other during the dark nights.
So you're on the I'm going to spend a night in the Wintermute Institute and impress all my friends kind of area. Good, great. This can only go well. Yeah, Flashheart will like kind of look towards it. Oh, well, I mean, I guess we can maybe fix up the and kicks the ball in here, but I've not heard great things about this place.
Oh, it'll be fun. Just go in. Just a quick look. Right? Okay, can we just... Oh, man, I'm turning into Izzy. I have to stop that.
Oh, dear. Sorry, I'm just redoing the video for, so that we have Mike's lovely face. Yep. So, yeah, I mean... You're our topsider channel, so yeah, I guess Flashheart begrudgingly agrees, and we will move our way inside. That bit's up to you, I guess. No, that's the wrong one again. There we go. Okay. Right. Let me make sure I have my exploration transmission up in front of me. So.
So yeah, as we walk and we come into this foyer or front hall, which is has a black and white checkered floor, like tiled floor, and it's super dusty, super dirty. Here and there are also like spots that may or may not have been blood or other kind of fluids that are not usually supposed to go on the floor. And then let me think. On the left side, there along the wall, there's some benches, and then there's some what's it called when you check in? Do you check in into a hospital?
Like a reception area.
Yeah, like a reception area.
Yeah, okay. For today, Psychoport. Yeah, so I think yeah, so well, I mean, it sounds like Marmite is the most curious about this place. So
she is thrilled.
Yeah, so as she runs in, and like starts tapping away on a computer or some such.
This is awesome.
And like a little thing flashes on and goes zzz, and like a light goes zzz, zzz, across her face, and we'll go, please identify yourself.
My name is Marmite.
And it's like, scanning for Marmite. Please hold. And like terrible hold music starts playing out the speakers.
And she turns around, looks, isn't this awesome?
Okay. So here's the thing. So
let me guess. She has a face ripped off.
Present
so
for you.
Will's Kaiju, since he's dead.
Present for you. Mike, have another danger token.
Sweet. So I will use that immediately.
Well, so first of all, you can choose to react to this. So a failed reaction, an unfavorable reaction means that the history has dangerous implications. So you will find out some history about this place. Unfavorable means that the history has dangerous implications in the present. Oh wait, so I think that you add a die to the danger channel only if it's unfavorable. Favorable means that you are more armed for the present and gain additional reaction. But yeah, give me that reaction and I will tell you exactly how you find out the next bit of information. So roll 1d6. Yeah, you want 4, 5, 6 is favorable, 1, 2, 3 is bad.
Yay!
Okay, so there is that danger token. And here's what happens. So it's like the thing flashes up saying subject 23X containment failure evacuate warning. Subject 23X containment failure.
No, wait. I just came here. I just want to go look around.
Yeah, so I think if you tap some buttons, the computer opens up a file on subject 23X. And this is a thing, like, I think it says a bunch of information that tells you basically this was some kind of, like, we did some experiments on some, like, common household pets using small samples of kaiju, the old man that was, and, like, a bunch of words like, remnants of the old man recovered from his attack in downtown LA in the last few months. Like, some small amounts of DNA are recovered, and talks about experimenting on a household tabby, and there's
from the kaiju bones in the desert.
It's like an evolution of man style like graph, and it starts as a like little cute tabby house cat, and the ending thing has to be pixelated for fear it would scar our audiences. But yes, you managed to shut off the little reaction thing, so kind of flash art like Mama, what was that?
Oh, I don't know, just a little, like a cute little computer thingy. And is that the information? Is it still on the screen?
Yeah. So the like this file for subject 23X is on screen.
You might want to come over here. This kind of looks interesting.
Did you say you wanted to activate some danger transmissions?
Yeah, so you are even more willing to come over there as you hear glass shatter and pounding on the walls and doors as they brought friends, is what I'm activating, as the husks have followed you out of the Sonogeist and to it's awful.
So which one, sorry, have followed us in here?
So it says, the kaiju didn't come alone. Other beings that aren't related to them now exist and possibly even flourish topside, aka the husks. They will chase the characters for some reason. Food, capture, question mark. Catching at least one character and taking them away, possibly to return it in later scenes, or maybe not, who knows. Unless there is a favorable reaction.
Okay.
So you guys have to roll.
All they want is love.
Okay, so why don't while Petra, I presume, rolls the d6 to try and save someone's life.
Okay.
Mike, why don't you tell us kind of like, so which kaiju spawn are these, / what do they look like, / is it just like things burst in through the windows?
Yeah, so whatever kaiju number 4 is, was the victor over the Sonogeist.
Okay.
And so they spawned from like, its blood or whatever, and the nuclear whatever was going on over there. But if you've ever seen, what the hell was that shitty Will Smith movie with the vampire zombie things?
Oh,
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Yeah. So when they're just running and like bumbling over each other and like climbing through things, that's what it looks
That's
like.
creepy.
Like in World War Z.
Exactly.
Yeah, they start massing against the walls of the Institute
Ugh,
and
I
start
hated that.
spilling over each other into the windows.
Okay,
Trying to
cool.
chase you deeper into the Institute.
So, who is the person that they go to grab? Tell us that.
I would say Taran because he's old, but we'll go with Will because he's not here.
Fair enough. So they go to grab Captain Grog, but our favorite reaction says that we make it out of this room. So, so Petra, tell us.
Grog sacrifices his microwave.
Yeah, Petra, tell us how all of the topsiders make it safely, I guess, deeper into the Institute to escape these.
In her panic, Marmite starts pressing buttons on this little flowing computer thingy, and at some point it just starts going into destruction mode and starts, their warning lights and the same automatic voice going, destruction, leave perimeter now. And so she calls out for everybody and they just move in further into the building. And once they're through like a swinging door, they hear a loud boom behind them, a loud explosion. And well, if they make it out is another question, but for now.
So we had so I guess like Flashheart, like one of them goes to grab Grog, Flashheart spins and puts a bullet in the middle of his face, kicks another one, throws Grog through the door, puts Taran's good arm over his shoulder and runs for it. It's like, no, get to the shutter! Like slides under as the other two get in there. Cool. We lived. Good job, team. So yeah, Petra, take us deeper into this horrific place, and me and Mike will prepare to throw more goodies and terrible, awful things at you.
As we walk further down into the building, we come through different stations. We walk past the like the nurses' room. We have they used to be a large glass window, but that's been shattered a long time ago. And there's another skeleton sitting in front of the desk.
A desk with the name tag CBeat13. Thank you for the follow, sir. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you. That was a good segue, if I say so myself. All right.
And we kind of think that we're lost, maybe, but then at some point, we get to the staircase. It says exit, or it used to say exit. You can just barely see the rims of the exit sign. And so, for some weird reason, we decide to go down into the basement if we make it there.
Okay, just give me a moment. I need to put videos back on such that
Camera's pretty fucked. I'm back. Fuck yeah.
It's all good. I set them up so that I could just turn things off and back on again and have you in the right place.
Swill, I tried to kill you, but you lived.
Yay! Thanks, buddy.
Okay, so the topsiders head deeper into the basement. Do you want to throw a danger at them, Mike, or shall I?
What's the basement look like? What do we just?
Well, here's the problem. It's really dark for the most part.
Perfect. That works great for whatever I'm going to do right now, which is so as you go deeper and deeper into the basement, this strange fog roils over the ground and begins like going up the stairs as you descend deeper into it, and the earth is poisoned. So, blah blah blah. Unless there is a favorable reaction, one of the characters begins wasting away, their health deteriorating every time they see her. At the beginning of each subsequent topside scene, roll a dice.
Okay. So, so how
roll,
does... So
you roll, and if it's bad, you're going to keep rolling and keep dying. If it's good, you're good.
I already used it against Grok, so let's spare him this time.
Yeah, so who's this affecting?
Roll a d4. Let's see what happens.
Topsiders.
I like randomness.
I guess who has the cut in their suit, or something like that. One.
Number one is
That's Grog.
Is it Grog? No, number one is Marmite.
No, I think I am.
Depends. What are you looking at?
If you
Topsiders list.
If you're, oh, fair enough. Yeah, because we moved
That's
through,
me.
didn't we?
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, Marmite, it is you. So roll your d6 to see if you are dying or you quickly patch the hole in your suit. You are dying. So at the beginning of the beginning of each Topsiders scene, roll a dice. On a 3, 4, or 5, the condition worsens.
Okay.
Worsens twice, you just die.
Yeah, we may not see this till the finale, but cool. Okay.
Yeah, she starts at she becomes awfully quiet, which she usually is not at all, and then grasping her mid-side, wrapping her arms around her and just toppling over and just hacking up some blood.
Okay. It's good stuff. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Flashheart is the keen-eyed observer, so he will he spots like a small, like, too late, but he spots the gash in your suit and like pulls out a quick repair kit, puts a bandage over the top of it, and changes over your canisters. So hopefully it'll give you enough, like, okay, you're gonna get no worse, but it ain't gonna get better.
Also, thanks to Sabea13 for following earlier. Don't we miss that, Norbert?
I had it.
You got it. Apparently, we're one follow away from the viewer decision list.
Are we?
Just...
I have 4698. Okay, cool.
Sometimes it takes a while to update.
Fair. This is fair. Yeah. So, okay. I don't have a great idea for an exploration right now. So,
that could be the remnants of a morgue down here.
Yeah. So I think it's describe as something ruined actually special. So okay. As we continue to explore, I think Grog finds a kitchen. And obviously, because he's Grog, walks immediately over to the microwave section and discovers an ancient, much fancier microwave than anything built in Predatoria. But on the front,
oh my god,
the symbol of the Grog tribe in a much more corporate press thing entitled Fixers Inc. is pressed on the front of this microwave. So
we used to make ink.
Yes, exactly. So we as the audience discover that Grog and his tribe are the descendants of people who used to at least work in, if not owned, a giant corporation in charge of many kind of kitchen appliances, or at least
primarily microwaves.
Well, not microwaves, but like experts in that kind of technology, and in entire applications.
They pioneered microwave technology.
Yeah.
They could heat the hot pocket on the outside and the inside.
Great granddaddy invented the microwave back in 1935.
Good
I thought my name was Grog Hot Pocket, but it's Grog Hot Pocket. That makes so much more sense.
Everything makes sense.
Yes, so that is...
Breaks down crying in front of the microwave.
That is your ancient... That is your ancient relationship to this place, Grog, and your grander place in the world that you always knew you fit into. Somewhere out there, Fixer Inc. Headquarters might still be waiting with all the secrets of microwave technology contained within.
Whoa.
Okay. So, Topsider channel. I guess we're looking for an escape. How are we doing that? Is this the classic? I guess so. We can have a little like in-character conversation. If we wanted to handle that for a moment. So like, I guess yeah. After Marmite falls to the ground and starts coughing, Flash like patching her up. We just see Grog walk back into the room and say, "Guys, look what I around.
Everybody! I show the microwave to everyone very proudly.
You just look like a looter. It's like, we need to find... Flash, I was like, we need to find the fastest way out of here, right now. Woof.
What's the fastest way out of here?
Yeah, why do you keep making that noise, young man?
Which noise? Woof.
Yeah, yes. That is an animal
I
noise.
already asked him. He said it's what he's doing.
You're a
It's
condition.
weird now.
The Flash tribe ends every sentence with the word woof.
Are
The
you
great
just
traditions
pack-
of our people.
Pack animals? Your people are from...
Taryn, you have
Yes.
one arm. Don't make me tear it off and beat you with it. Do not
No,
insult the
young
wolf.
whippersnappers do that. Animal noises. It's just disrespectful. Impolite. Go on, show me this mic.
Flash
Hello.
contains
microwave.
himself.
And while you're having that conversation, Mama walks on to the last door on the left and finds that it is open. She doesn't know yet what's behind it.
Good.
I mean, so from her thing earlier, I guess Marmite does have the floor map of this place, and it knows where Subject X-23's, which I've just realised I've accidentally done a Marvel reference. Go me. Like where that failed containment unit is. But yeah, so she does have a floor plan, I guess, in her head. But yeah, so
Yeah, actually, I have an idea. She pretends to know where the exit is, but in reality, she just wants to see that, whatever
she's
it
the
is.
only one dying, and she's leading us into more
23X.
danger. Okay.
At least if she sees that she can die with a smile on her face.
I think this is the danger channel.
It sure is. So yeah, you continue looking for whatever this experiment is, and you successfully find it. Let's see, what would it be?
Is this a,
what did you
we
say
find
was?
it? So it used to be a tabby cat, and then
Yep.
they recovered some like DNA from like some scales that were blasted off the old man, our
Sure.
giant lobster friend.
Mhm.
And they like recovered some DNA, made that into some weird comic book scientist goop, and injected it into this tabby cat.
Sure.
And I mean, that was back in like before the apocalypse times. So what it has become now.
So yeah, you see, you go into the next room, and there you see slumbering and purring like a cat would be, a giant, like 7-foot long chitinous cat, and instead of ears, it has a series of like lobster antennae, and then apart from its 4 chitinous legs, it also has extruding 2 lobstery crab claws, and it's just slumbering quietly. But as you creak the door open, its antennas twitch and then rotate towards you, and it gets up and sees you. And whoever is the first person through the door, which you can roll 1d4. if you want.
I mean, we had a guide.
I'm already in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're all about it then. Injury is always an option. In the course of dealing with a threat or simply exploring, choose one of the characters to suffer an injury unless there is a favorable reaction. The injury is not life-threatening, but will slow the character down and put her in danger if a character is already injured. See below.
So it's also D6, right?
Yep. You successfully evade.
No, that's a fail. 2 is a
I
fail.
thought it was 1 through 3 was a success.
No, 1 through 3 is a fail. Oh, so 1 through 3 is a fail. 4, 5, 6 is a success.
Oh, okay.
So if we're gonna go, depending on which you find more interesting, based upon that, we can either have her not be infected and gross, or we can have her dodge this. But she doesn't.
Oh yeah,
she doesn't
you
have
can
both.
now be infected and gross. You passed the poison test. You are definitely pinched in the claws of a lobster cat.
Does it have?
Yeah, because she wants to go and pet it. She's like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, kitty.
Because it looks just like a crustaceous cat.
And who doesn't want to have a crustaceous cat? I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah. So that I guess leaps on top of. So does it have like cat claws?
Oh yeah. So it has like 4 regular cat limbs and a regular cat tail, and it's covered in like crustaceous chitinous plates.
Good.
Instead of ears, it has like several antennae where each ear would go, and then extruding from its forward shoulders are 2 lobster claws.
And presumably it's also about the size of a tiger.
No, it's like like a 7-foot long
Good.
lobster cat.
Great. So yeah, this thing leaps on top of
Marmite.
Marmite, sorry. And I guess myself, Grog, and Taran are like, shit! Guns just are drawn.
And you
like,
can hear her from like, it just wants to play. Don't shoot it.
It's like tears half your rends your suit open, and we just pump bullets into the side of it.
I like dogs.
I'm a dog person.
I'm a dog man. Man's best friend, cats of the devil.
Yeah. So.
Cats of the devil.
So yeah, you take the injury as we I guess we pump some bullets into the side of it and blow it, push it off. And Taran, I guess, cradling his rifle in one arm. Grog running with his microwave, and Flashheart will run in, grab Marmite, and start legging it. Was that your second or third danger point?
That was the third.
Okay.
One was the husks, one was the gas, one was this guy.
So, Topsider channel, we're running. Flashheart was yelling, I thought you said... Oh, sorry. I thought you said you knew where we were going, Woof!
Well, let's just say a lot. Here's a map.
And yes, I guess the Topsiders leg it for the actual exit.
While she's bleeding profusely, she's like, sorry, not sorry, and just waddles out of the door.
Yeah.
Like the 12-year-old brat that she is.
Yeah. Flashheart will pause every now and again to fire a couple more times behind him at X23, 23X, not X23. That is the X. Okay. Damn it, I can't get it out of my head now. But yes. So. I mean, where does our final danger strike us, Mike? Is it before we get out of this basement, or is it as we just emerge, or?
Oh, I thought I only had 3.
I know, because you got 1 extra for
Oh yeah.
That was basically that one was the 4th point you got.
Yeah.
Because it was the X23 is loose, 23X is loose.
Yeah. So I guess you guys go running back towards the top because there's no entrance, there's no exit at the bottom.
I think we decided there was a kind of almost hurricane door exit.
Oh yeah.
So we're making for that.
With danger is other people because the husks were completely surrounding the institute here.
Okay.
So the gang is husks, and you guys they spot and can catch the characters unless there is a favorable reaction.
All right.
I'm rolling.
So you guys bust through this gate, kind of like the final scene in that Simon Pegg zombie movie. You just come out of the lift, and there's all kinds of zombies around you. All the husks around you. You just make a break for it.
Okay,
3.
So a 3. So is this if we leave the injured topsiders behind, the uninjured ones can make it out kind of deal?
This just says they spot and can catch the characters unless there is a favorable reaction.
So there was not a favorable reaction.
So yeah, I would say they swarm you and absolutely slow you down.
Yeah. I mean, that is our final point. So what we can do is we emerge, burst our way through this door, and the four of us get to the top, revolt, me reloading, Flashheart reloading his gun, Taran kind of cradling one arm and his gun in the other, Grog still desperately clutching his microwave, Marmite gashed, massive gash across her suit.
Looking at her.
I guess give us a picture of what this big scene we emerge into looks like, Mike.
Yeah, so you guys, like I said, you guys come up the lift, the hurricane doors open, and there are far more husks still outside than you thought. Okay. So you just kind of make a break for it, and they're all just clawing and grabbing at you as Grog tries to pull Taran because he's slow and has
okay.
arm.
All right.
You guys are pushing through these husks.
As the master of ceremonies for this scene, for this little game, I'm gonna call everyone do the last shot we get of us proper in this scene as we're running through. So Lord Flashhearts will be runs up, kicks a husk, pivots, shoots another one, points towards deeper into the city, and just will yell, "Run, Woof!" And yes, we'll
Taran has his rifle under his armpit. He's using it as a crutch to try to hobble along faster. It's Grog, I must mount you. Stay still. As he clambers up Grog's back, and Will makes the creepiest death stare ever as his internet freezes.
Yeah.
And he wants to murder everybody. So Taran then mounts Grog.
All right, Grog, you've had to be relatively quiet in this scene. What is
Grog throws a microwave on his head and runs out. Go!
big helmet? Nuts a person. Fixer ink technology, remarkably sturdy. What about Marmite?
Marmite is clutching the compass and following the needle and sort of trying to zigzag her way through the husks. Okay. And eventually we see her trying to crawl through the legs of one of the husks.
Okay, so we've spent all our points, so we move into wrap up on this good little cliffhanger as we don't really know. So the question here, if I can find it. Right. So as a group answer these questions, how did things end up for the characters?
With that group?
I mean, so this is just from that scene. We will move into finale after this. But like Grog and Flashheart were still on decent nick, but the other two of you were injured running away from a horde. Do we think we managed to escape? Or did we lose one or two of us?
Aaron only has a broken arm, and he's now mounted Grog. So if Grog got out, he's fine.
Fair.
Grog's a tough guy. He can probably survive a few.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine Grog just kind of barreled his way through, and then of course, because he's exceptionally sneaky,
he turned his head down and just juggernauted through all the.
Exactly.
Because he's exceptionally sneaky, he just like found a nice hiding place.
That's true. He is exceptionally sneaky.
Hugged his cheesy-smelling friend very tightly.
He did the Metal Gear Solid, but he hid inside the microwave.
Assassin's Creed.
Do we think? I feel like Flashheart seems to be he's a keen-eyed like survivalist, and he was in good physical shape, so I think he's okay. What about Marmite?
I give you guys an option. Like if this were a movie shot, you would see at some point the Blackstone with the compass falling to the ground, splattered in blood, and then the camera turns around, and then you either see Marmite on her back kicking and screaming and successfully kicking off one of the husks and sort of crawling away, or we see her actually being pulled into the mask of the husks. And I prefer that.
I think we'll take that scene. Just that like bit of like her fighting back. Definitely, the compass is definitely gone, and we'll discuss finale in a minute. Okay, so we'll skip over these ones and we'll just do finale because we're running out of time. So we have to vote here on whether we think this finale is triumphant or bleak for the characters.
I kind of feel that with this kind of crazy troop, we could. Is it a question of whether or not we find we're able to help?
So this is like a general kind of grand quest thing of, do we think we make it there and we manage to like save the day, or
I would say yes, but not really by our effort, but maybe just by sheer dumb luck.
Yeah, dumb luck is how we do it.
By our ineffort.
So triumphant. That's okay. Cool. So triumphant finale. So I think if it's triumphant, the four of us in our assorted ways managed to sneak the last little distance towards this place. So what we have to do here is so each player asks a question, no repeats, in the bleak or triumphant finale question scenario, and then answer it by describing a short, almost cinematic scene that illustrates it. This is show, don't tell. Questions are answered directly in the finale by players, but be confronted directly by characters. So basically, if you go into the handouts, there's a From Cradle to Grave handout. I believe under Triumphant Finale, there are 6 bullet points. So pick a question, say what it is, and then do a little scene with your character that illustrates that answer. We'll just do one each to make this nice and snappy.
So one of the...
Yeah, so under Triumphant Finale. So
Taran speaks to the Warwick Davis, and he reveals that he knew the original Warwick Davis, and they become fast friends.
Is it a tell-all interview on Warwick Davis FM?
On the Warwick Davis.
Nice, nice. It's the 60 minutes of Warwick Davis. Okay, so. Is that which character found a new destiny and you're like now the host of 60 Minutes on Warwick Davis FM?
Sure. I was gonna say that was how did the characters manage to get assistance?
Okay, so it's you impress their. Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay. Cool. So yeah, they're so impressed by Taran.
For the question, how's the city safe? So I presume we're talking about Predatoria.
Yeah.
I want something really weird that they find something. Maybe they synthesize the blood or take the blood of the cat creature and find out that this has. So I want something weird to happen.
So do we? Is it a scene of like of what's her face Marmite leading a group from Warwick Willow down into the basement of Wintermute to capture Subject 23X and do some more experiments on it until we find.
But at this point, she has some kind of prosthetic, probably a prosthetic arm or something like that, and an eye patch. Like a little bit later.
The dopest 13-year-old.
Yeah, maybe
walk the wasteland.
Maybe there was an additional information on the screen of the computer which she sort of read, but unconsciously, and then later on she remembered something. And
cool. Okay.
Eventually, if they even survived that long, but that is the how they find the antidote to the sickness, the virus in Predatoria.
Okay. Will, are you still dead?
I think he's frozen again.
Okay.
Will's definitely dead.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is still in the chat. Okay. So, which characters changed most how? Which character found new destiny? What does the city lose in the process of being saved? What does the city gain in the process of being saved? I mean, I think Will. So Grog, I feel, definitely has a new destiny. We just see Captain Grog, a microwave as a paperweight on the edge of a map, pointing at a site that says "Fixers Inc." in corporate center.
Yeah, Grog's redone, like, he's got like a new workshop just for making microwaves, probably.
Yeah, so he's got to hunt down the legacy of his family. And finally, I think Flashheart. Flashheart is a less brash and confident man. We see him a generally quieter, more reserved guy. He I think still doesn't drop the woof. But
that's okay. I like dogs better than cats anyway. You're fine. Straight man.
I think after Wintermute, friend, none of us will ever be cat people again.
No, devil's pet.
But yeah, we just see him being quiet and calm and not trying to flirt with every girl in the bar, and that's his little finale. Okay, so we did it. We saved the day.
We saved the world.
We're the best. I'm so proud of us.
You know what, guys? I think we should come up with an RPG where it's just about the broadcast. The broadcast that is just a ridiculous amount of fun.
If we
I like the broadcast. Broadcast, man.
Dear. Yeah, I think it's this game takes like a little bit of getting used to, but once you're actually used to it, like we could whip through the topside scenes, or at least spend a little less time working out those mechanics, and we get much faster into the broadcast and can do some weird little bits and bobs. I've never done like a full-on panel show one on these, which would be hilarious.
Definitely.
I had to think. I don't know if anybody of you knows the podcast Welcome to Night Vale. But that's what I had to think about. If you have this really weird fantasy world that, if you could establish something like that, and then you just use the broadcasting different shows to just come up with the weirdest shit. Interviews.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. We should find a way to make broadcasting more of a thing.
Yeah, no, I think the broadcast scenes are definitely easier things to wrap one's head around after you've played D&D for a lifetime. The topside scenes I think are cool, but require a little more like. These rules are a little alien to us.
Both times I've played them.
It takes a little bit to get into because you're never really sure, like, okay, can I just barge in? Like, whose role is who's right now? And
I still just remember the Kentucky Fried Kaiju bit from the first session we played was so silly and kind of hilarious to me.
Definitely.
I can see a product that's called Kaiju. Some kind of really awfully smelling or tasting juice, like an energy drink.
I mean, I thought it was gonna be like Viagra in the post-apocalypse. But all right, I think that's where we wrap. So once again, this game was Radio Free Kaiju from the mind of Quinn Murphy. He is QH Murphy on the Twitters. I think it's QH_Murphy. You can find him at thoughtcrimegames.net and just Quinn Murphy. I think I retweeted him earlier today if you go to my Twitter. He's done this. There's another game where like all of the players control one person's journey into hell, basically. Another one where if instead of living the lifestyle of an adventurer, if your fantasy was following the life career of Jay-Z and going from guy living in a poor part of America to being a all-star rapper, he's got a game for that. He's done some really neat little things. Or not neat little things, but there's cool games that are like all designed to be kind of one-2 session games. And yeah, they're kind of cool. So go check them out. Cool.
Yeah.
Will wrap up.
I'm dying on my internet here. Like the entire internet company is down. So thanks guys for watching. If you enjoyed today's show, hit that follow button for me and join us on our adventure. Back tomorrow, same time.
I believe how he was going to finish that.
Something.
We lost you for most of that. Okay, so Encounter Roleplay streams 5 days a week, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. From what time is it EST that it starts? Is he?
It's 4 p.m. EST or 4 p.m. EST.
4 p.m. EST.
Yep.
I thought it was early.
Yeah, that's for the afternoon shows. It's 4 and then
it's 1 p.m. EST for
it's one.
the morning shows and 4 p.m. EST for the afternoon shows.
1 to 4, then 4 to 7 EST, or your equivalent. It's 4 till 7 BST, and then 9 till fuck it. It's on a lot. There's a schedule down below. There's a fuck ton of games. We'll be back next week to play Apocalypse World. It's good old Cemetery City with my wonderful bar and cybernetic arm. Petra's crazy weirdo Izzy. Terrifying. Xander, who is Mike's character, will return to blow everything up. And Will return as Angel, the drug-dealing crazy man with a shotgun. Also, our illustrious master of ceremonies will be back, Josh, to dispense weirdness. Until then, you can find all of the previous things we've played on youtube.com/EncounterRoleplay. I believe it'll be linked to the chat shortly. Twitter @EncounterRP. Patreon. Links are down below. All that good stuff. I don't believe there's any other giveaways to announce. Will is doing the times in the chat.
There is a 24-hour stream next Saturday, I believe.
This
Saturday. 24-hour stream.
Yep.
24 hours of drinking, stupid things, and all manner of other stuff. Thank you for the follow. Toferade, you are a gentleman and a scholar. I think that means that the next game gets to start straight away with a view decision. Good luck with that.
Okay.
Well, let me put on my best Will. Petra, you do things on the internet.
There we go.
Why, yes, Will, I do. And it's funny that you should mention that. If you want to watch me play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, you can do that every Saturday on Twitch. I'm actually about to type the link in the chat. It's called Time to Dice. I'm playing a warlock there. Shit's going down at the moment because our cleric apparently turned into a murder hobo. No, not really. That's not fair, but it was quite dramatic. Anyway, every Saturday, stuff, Twitter handle, link in a second.
Sweet. If you guys like my shenanigans here on the Monday shows, come check out Unmade Gaming. We do more D&D stuff over there. In fact, right now, if you guys like Will's Thursday game, I think it's Thursday, the West Marches style game, we are currently running a sci-fi West Marches style game using a hacked version of Fantasy Aid. So if you guys go check out the Unmade Gaming channel right now, it's literally going on this very minute.
And if you like my weird taste in strange social fiction games, you can, first of all, I'm going to link the playlist of the first game we did of this. So that is the playlist of the first game of Radio Free Kaiju I played with Will here, and also Dylan, the conflict nerd, who you may have seen on Wildcards as the wonderful Christopher Moonwalken. Another friend of mine, Will. Also, I stream on twitch.tv/mathandtv on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. We're playing Fury at the moment, and on Friday we'll be doing something because I'll have guests with me here. I don't know what exactly that will be, but I imagine there will be tequila involved. Come hang out! It's good fun. You can find me on Twitter @FinbarDS. I talk a lot about a lot of random shit. whales appear to be singing
Yeah,
in the
that's,
background.
Swallows.
Sometimes this teensy tiny town turns into drama place. No, just
Fair enough. But I
Not now.
think from us, that is it. That is all. I believe there's something about don't roll too many nat ones. We want to be here laughing when you do. Try. Wait,
Yes.
I'm gonna get these.
Who's got
Try not to have your perspex balls crushed by a huge lobster. Also, try not to
Not to
be
have your
eat-
building penetrated by a giant donger.
and try not to have your arm chewed off by a crustaceous cat. But most of all,
that is
don't let Moldart touch you down in the dungeon. We'll be back
Got it.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Until then, ta-da. Where's my volume mixer? I'm so unprepared, so unprofessional.
Go watch I Make Gaming. Bye.